All right, we're live. Good evening, everybody. It's Friday, August the 18th, and we're here to talk about aero modeling. And I'll stand by while some viewers drop in. As usual, the link is posted in the chat box on YouTube on the Stunt Hanger channel, and the same link is posted on the Stunt Hanger forum in the At the Bench thread. And I see our first viewers here. Good evening, viewer. A couple of viewers. They're pouring in. All right. And I'm glad it's Friday. I'm tired, but doesn't matter. Got nothing to rush to do in the morning. Hopefully you don't either. Tried working out in the shop a little bit this afternoon. It was over 100 degrees out there. R.W. Bishop. Hey, R.W. Ken Colbert. All right. Hope some of y'all can come in live with us, or if you like, just hang out over there on Stunt Hanger. But it's been so hot. And when I go out to work in the shop, I can work for a little while, and then sweat starts dripping in my eyes and running down my sides. And whoo, boy, it's been hot this week. The humidity's way up there. So anyway, I was just trying to get ready for flying this weekend. We got a expedition planned for Sunday. We're going to try it early Sunday morning this time, and hopefully get there before the wind comes up, the temperature comes up, and the RCers show up too. So, but we have a pretty good relationship with the RC guys out there. We take turns. We fly, they sit and chat. They fly, we sit and chat. And Frank, hey, Frank, I see Frank's joined us too, Frank Washburn III. And so I'll sit here and yak for a little while y'all get your coffee or in your shop or whatever you're going to do while you chat with us, and hopefully join us on the video chat. That's okay, RW, only catching bits and pieces at work, but hey, drop in when you can. We'll be here for a couple of hours. A couple or three. Friday night, sometimes we go on until nearly 1 o'clock. I don't know if that's going to happen tonight or not, but I'll be here if y'all want to hang. I spent some time this morning watching Sparky's videos of the contest in Dayton, and I didn't get to watch it all, but that's pretty good. He's able to do a pretty good bit with the telephone, but if he could get his cameras out there, it would be a whole lot easier on him. No lag. Good to hear. Oh, Ken's got a bad lag tonight. Let me check my bandwidth and make sure I'm not overdriving it. I'm sitting on medium where I usually set my bandwidth. All is nominal for RW. So Friday night, maybe everybody's watching YouTube videos and the system slows down. Sometimes the problem's not on your end. Sometimes it's on the server side. Everything looks pretty good to me too. Everybody loves to hate Time Warner. Well, it's Spectrum now, but I'm in a Time Warner neighborhood, and we've always had pretty good service here, fiber optic service. And our first video viewer, hey Jamie, how you doing? I'm not hearing anything.
Not hearing nothing.
There we go. Now I do. Now we got them piling in over on the YouTube side. R.W. Bishop, Ken Colbert, Frank Washburn's over there, and so you're my first live viewer. What you got in the koozie there?
A big giant can of Dos Equis.
All right.
Cerveza.
Big tall boy.
Whew.
Yeah, Friday night, time for chilling.
I think it's expired. Oh, man, that certainly don't taste like I remember.
Well, it came from Mexico. There's no telling what happened between there and here.
That is true. I think I'm going to go dispose of this.
Hey, Minnesota Mike.
I'll be back in a minute.
All right. Take your time. We're just hanging out. How you doing? How you doing tonight, Minnesota Mike? For those of you who are watching, Minnesota Mike is on YouTube chat box. I can't see him either, but I talk to him like they're really here. Maybe Sparky will drop in tonight. I don't know where he is. I don't know if he's back in Missouri, wherever he's from. I forget. Missouri. Yeah. Don't know if he's back home or not. I don't know why I get Minnesota and Missouri mixed up. Sorry about you guys from up there. It's cold in both places. I know that. Good Lord. There went that Dos Equis. All right. Maybe it'll taste better now.
Oh, yeah.
You got your good frosty mug now, I see.
Oh, yeah.
I got my fucking bunny cup here. So,
That's the one all the rabbits doing each other.
yeah. Mercy.
What yeah, I done through that in a second. Something better.
Been making any sawdust lately, Jamie?
What's up?
Been making any sawdust this week?
Oh, I was in a Corpus all week long. I just got back a few hours ago, and I'm going back again Sunday.
That's Texas. That's the Gulf Coast of Texas, right?
Yeah. It ain't that fun, but it's work.
You do any fishing?
No, not over there specifically. I haven't been over here in a couple of weeks. I need to.
I hadn't fished much this summer. We've been to the beach a few times, but just, we've only gone for weekends this year. Usually we stay a week or two, but couldn't do it this year. And we got friends that live down there, so we've just been kind of hanging out and chilling. I take my fishing gear every time I go, but hadn't gotten it wet but once this summer back in June.
Oh man, what I needed to do the hinges on this dang Galaxy. That's what I need to do.
Is that what you were just picking up?
I mean, I finally, put the bottom elevator on to see exactly what it looks like.
Yeah.
I just got it clamped on there with some scrap balsa just to hold it straight. And normally what I do, I'll, depends on how many, I use the cloth hinges. It's simple, it's easy, it's fast, it's quick, and it takes a long time for it to break.
Yeah.
And I outlived the plane, pretty much, put it that way.
Yeah, the little flat pin hinges are a pain in the ass. They work really well, but yeah, it's slotting and all that messing with it.
Yeah,
sometimes.
Slotting, the epoxy. I just don't have the patience for it right now.
Yeah, I understand that. Well, I did put
cut them, glue them.
I put the flat hinges on my P40 and then went and did the CA hinges because I'd never tried them before on the elevator, and now that the thing's all built, I'm kind of thinking maybe that was a bad idea because they're really stiff. Maybe they'll loosen up as I fly it. I keep working them every time I think about it, but they don't seem to be loosening up any.
Cloth hinges?
Yeah, the CA hinges.
Oh, CA. Oh, CA hinges. Yeah. Yeah, I don't mess with those.
Yeah.
I was warned whenever I got into the hobby, stay away from them.
Yeah, I figured I'd try anything once, so that was the once. I'm not going to use them again. I'm glad I didn't do it on the flaps because at least they're free. And I can cut that thing loose, the elevator. I can take a razor knife and cut it right off and put some decent hinges on it if I decide it's not flying right. So I like to feel no resistance when I pull on the lead outs. Right at the
see, that's what I like about these, because I mean, if it seems like the bell crank's pretty loose and whatnot, the elevator just
it just falls on its own gravity. Yeah. Yeah, I've always on half A's, you know, used cloth hinges forever. And then more lately, I've been sewing them on, and I like that too. It's more of a pain in the ass, but it's self-gapping, and it's also extremely free moving.
Yeah, I've seen they got a combat page on Facebook that I follow it, all them UK guys and them little combat planes in 10 minutes. And it's a little some kind of vintage speed combat where they use some kind of little diesel. I think that's equivalent to like a 15 size engine.
Yeah.
And you know, it's just nothing but flying wings that they do, but there's many of them that do the sewing on they'll sew the hinge on, or the sew the elevator, whatever. And it's just, yeah, I ain't got the patience for that either.
I used the old Dacron flying line that used to come with the Cox airplanes, and that makes good sewing thread, but I pre-stretch it first. I pull off about 15 feet and tie it to a doorknob and pull it tight and hold it for a minute, and then feel like that keeps it from stretching anymore after it's already sewn. I like the look, like my shoestring, you know, that's a old plane. I don't think it's old time stunt, but classic. And it's kind of period looking, you know, just, and on my Yak 9, I just like the looks of it.
That's a kit I believe I want to get. I mean,
Yeah.
under the Yak 9, I know Brodak has them. You know, I need something. I mean, a twister would be perfect. Don't get me wrong. I need something with flaps that I could, you know, learn more precision. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't mind the Ringmaster and all these other ones. I really don't. But I mean, I want something with flaps, and you know, the twister would be the most. How can I put it? Affordable one, probably. No, I know where I can get a super.
One of the best flying planes that I've flown, or a Cardinal.
There is more to the story then.
Hi, Sparky.
Hey guys.
We're hoping you'd join us tonight. How's it going?
Pretty good. Let me get this going here.
Okay. But anyway, Jamie, I got the Sterling Yak 9, and I, you know, a lot of people advised me just to make this flaps fixed and not movable, but I'd never had a flapped plane, and I wanted a flapped plane, so I made them, I hinged them, and it is super twitchy. It's like flying a half-A plane. I can't fly a pattern to save my life with it. You might want to, for learning patterns, you might want to stay away from the Yak and do a Cardinal or a Twister, something like that.
I mean, I have a profile Oriental, but
that's a nice one.
I mean, it's just it's the kit, but I'm gonna wait a while before I'm more proficient in building. That way, you know, if I build it, it's gonna look nice. You know, nice finish, all this other good stuff.
Yeah. That's not much different from building a twister, except the twister doesn't have wingtips to mess with.
Yeah.
There we go.
I mean, I know where I can get a Super Clown kit for like less than $60, and
I've never
found that one.
Yeah. Now, that's a profile too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never flown a Super Clown. I've never flown a Ringmaster.
Oh, I've never seen them on like Shug videos.
I've never even actually flown a Ringmaster either, except for that teeny little micro.
Really? Oh man, you need to scratch build you one.
Yeah, I guess I'm not a real modeler if I don't have a Ringmaster.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yep.
Loud and clear.
Monday. I'm working on the hotspot still, so I'll have internet here Monday.
Okay.
Cool.
So you're in Ohio right now?
Yeah, I'm going to go to Detroit tomorrow.
Ooh, carry your gun.
I watched some of your videos of the contest, the Dayton contest this morning, and that's pretty good. It's a pain in the ass working with that telephone. I can tell though, especially if you want to zoom in and out. I could see that was trouble.
Yeah, it's not good. Yeah.
Oh, let's see. We got spammers over here on YouTube. Let me kick them out of there.
One thing you need to do, spammers down, is when you start the YouTube Hangout, uncheck the Twitter box.
Yeah, I meant to do that tonight and forgot to. I was going to look for it. I looked for it the other night without going as far as starting the live stream, and I didn't see it. But I just forgot to look for it tonight. But yeah, somebody will sign in. You'll see the little green notification come up, and even before their avatar pops up, boom, they start knocking us down one at a time, and everybody but me is gone. And then they're barred from rejoining unless they try about 5 times. So I had to open another stream the other night.
News for them guys. When I get my internet up here, I will find them, and there will be shit to pay. You know how I work.
Yeah, well, I don't, I have no idea how they're doing it. So, but I will look for Twitter and stop it from feeding over there next time I open one. I wish I hadn't forgotten to do it tonight.
Oh, Lord, it smells like cat shit.
What in the world is that? A piece of pizza or something?
I got some MREs, and it's a good old wheat bread with the jalapeno cheese.
Oh. Ken Colbert says, hello, Sparky.
What's going on?
Oh, man.
Burton crap. Throw it out.
Yeah,
Well, did you
already.
see my flight, Rusty?
No, that's what was coming on right when I had to cut it off. So next time I click on the YouTube, that's what'll be the first thing I see.
That wasn't my winning flight, but okay.
Oh, did you take first place?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that. Congratulations.
Yeah, it's on the awards.
Okay. Yeah, I got it waiting in the watch later list, so I'll pick it up where I left off.
I flew okay.
How many people were flying expert? Were there?
Wally Haskett.
Hey, Wally. Come on in and hang out with us, bud. How you doing tonight? There you are.
Hey guys.
How you doing, Wally?
Good. I kicked you in super chat, Rusty.
We're just kind of getting cranked up here and really hit any hot topics yet.
You had a couple super chats, I think about $10 worth.
Yeah, our friend in New Zealand clicked on it the other night, Gerald. I sent him a thank you note for that.
I think Saturday. I think let's see, like the last couple of seconds, you're about to sign off for the hot spot while you was at the field, Sparko. I think I might have seen you a little bit. And like when I was done, bam, the stream was done. I'm like, oh, well, shit.
Good job on your videos, James.
Thank you. I need to do some more. I need to edit that one from last Sunday whenever I went fly, but I might go fly early in the morning when there ain't nobody out there harassed by some hoodlums or anything.
What you been doing this week, Wally?
No, you know what? I wanted to go fly on Wednesday, and I had all my stuff loaded up in the car ready to go, and I couldn't find one single person to go with. So I finally bailed out on going. And then yesterday it was windier than I'll get out, and today it's been windier and I'll get out. Tomorrow I've still got everything in my car to go. Tomorrow I can't go. I got to go to my mom's. She's listing their house and having a big yard sale, and just tomorrow and Sunday, I might be able to go Sunday afternoon. At least that's what I'm going to try to do.
Hey,
I got
just having a
plans for
yard
going
sale
Sunday
for some
morning.
kids for me.
So anyway, then if that don't happen, I'm looking into next week. I'm going to leave everything in my car because as soon as I can go, I'm going. And I guess if I have to go by myself, I'll go with myself. My kids been in their boat skiing and motorcycle riding, and I just trying to find somebody to go with. There just isn't anybody around here.
Yeah. I don't stooge fly anymore by myself either. It's too risky.
Well, I've got one place over here, one field that I think I could go and not have to worry too much because kids aren't in there unless they're over there playing soccer.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen anybody over there playing soccer for quite a while. So, if they keep the lawn mowed, at least where it's fairly short and it's not watering at the time, I'm just going to go out and go fly because
Yeah.
I'm ready to go. I could go run my little RC car, but I'd rather go flying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd like to have an RC car. I played with electric ones off and on, and that was a lot of fun. But yeah, always come back to flying.
Yeah.
And one of our guys was talking about RC boats the other night. I forget who it was, but had some nice looking equipment. And I'll tell you what, those boats are like airplanes. They're serious machines.
They are.
It takes a lot of work to route that water cooled jacket around the machine the head to fit up all of that, and then to trim a boat out so it planes straight in the water is not an easy task either. So
Yeah.
it takes a lot of work.
Yeah, I've got a son that my oldest son has one. I got a buddy that he's got one, and my buddy, his is pretty big boat, and it's pretty fast. It's fun to watch.
Yeah.
But
is it like a hydroplane or a V-hull, or what's it like?
this is a V-hull, but my son's is a hydroplane. It's Miss Seattle, and it's a pretty nice boat. It's pretty small. My buddy, his is a pretty big boat, and that thing goes. It's something else, and it'll take the rough water pretty good too. It's pretty cool.
Really?
Yeah. But I'd rather fly any day. It's all fun, but I'd rather fly.
Yeah.
Flying's the best.
I need to fly just to make sure I keep my balance in tune. It was pretty bad the other day when I was out there. And I'm gonna go early Sunday. While we'd been flying in the late afternoon, and if I'm tired when I get there, it makes it that much worse. But we're gonna go early in the morning. And Daryl just showed up. How you doing?
How you doing?
Hey,
All
Daryl.
right. How you doing, bud?
Not bad.
Oh, hey there.
Hey, Sparky, long time no see.
Yeah, I've been kind of off. I don't have any internet here.
Well, Sparky, what I decided was I'm going to sell a whole bunch of my old engines. I'm going to eBay a whole bunch of stuff. And I'm going to buy me a rear exhaust PE or PA and or one of them K models they've got out, them 75s or 77s. I want to get one of those engines in my new Strega when I make it next winter. So I decided I'm going to sell all that stuff so I can get enough money to get me an engine to do that.
All right, well, I'll take the first LA 46 you got.
Well, the only LA 46 I have is the one that's in my son's airplane, and that is a hell of a good engine.
You got a Super Tiger V60?
I've got a 51, but it's wore out. That's if you want it there, I'll send it up to you and you can have it for parts.
I don't even have one of those. I got the new 51, but
Yeah, this is an old one. It'd be good for, but I think a person to have to put a cylinder and a piston in it. And it'd be a good engine, but yeah, it's just wore out. But I've got a bunch of stuff. I'm gonna eBay a whole bunch of stuff, man. I decided I gotta see if I can come up with $500 and see if I can get enough money to buy me his new setup.
I've thought about selling things on eBay before, but it always seems like too much trouble to mess with.
Not too bad.
What do you do? Do you pack all the stuff? If you got all the packing materials at home and you just put it together and haul it down to the post office and stand in line and mail it? Is that what you do?
That's what you do.
Make sure you get delivery confirmation.
Yeah,
though.
get yourself
Absolutely.
get yourself a tracking number for it. So what happens is they track it when it's delivered. You get 3 days, and then you get your money accredited into your like PayPal account, where I'm set up with PayPal.
Yeah,
and,
that's what I do too.
And then you can either keep it there or change it over to your bank. But I can't remember. It's been a while since I've done it. It takes 2 or 3 days before that shows up in your bank. So it takes a little while. And then you have to pay eBay, which is
Now
usually top 6%.
You got a 1099 or something from eBay at the end of the year for tax purposes?
Not right now. Right now, you're okay, unless you're selling cars and stuff like that. They might deem you on. But this little stuff hasn't been a problem right now, unless they changed it for this year, and I haven't heard nothing about that.
Yeah, I was just wondering.
A couple of plastic kits last year, and I ain't got none from them.
Yeah, I've never paid taxes. I've sold quite a bit of stuff on eBay, but it's been about a year since I've really done any selling on eBay. So, but I've got a bunch of engines. Next a couple of weeks, I'm going to do a bunch of cleaning and getting them ready to go, and I'm going to take some pictures and list them, and just see what happens. I've got 2 Fox 60s, I got 2 Fox 74s, I got a couple of 40s, I've got a whole bunch of just miscellaneous stuff, and then I've got that Rossi 91 ducted fan engine, and I got enough stuff. I figure I can round up about 500, and then hopefully get me an engine for the Strega that I'm going to build.
There's my brother from another mother.
Hey, there he is. Hi,
Hey,
everybody.
hey.
What's happening, Charles?
Hey, Charles.
Hey, not too much.
What's up, Chuck?
We better make something
Just
happen.
don't call me
We
Chuck.
can.
I cannot stand Chuck or Charlie.
Okay.
How about Chaz?
Yes.
Paul's.
What about Chucky?
I'll stick with Charles.
Just Charles. Charles in first place like Sparky.
There you go.
I think sometimes in the phone book they abbreviate it CHAS, CHAS.
Yeah.
I called Aviojet Chaz one time and he got mad at me.
Worst thing you can do is let everybody know that you don't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to find out your address. I'm just going to send you a letter that's going to say Chuck all over it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess by teeing you guys off, you'll call me Chaz and Chuck, right? And Charlie.
Just don't feed the trolls.
That's all you're going to get in a chat now.
Yeah. We got people talking about eBay and PayPal over there. Minnesota Mike and Frank Washburn. Frank is of the opinion that eBay's a ripoff. Says they feed the hell out of you so you don't make any real money. Says he stole $1,000 worth of kits and engines and ended up losing his ass.
Well, like I said, usually
What are
about-
you at work, Frank? How come you're not in here live with us?
Probably because he's at work. Well, if you can sell engines, do it on like horsey groups and
What's
stuff.
that?
Those super chats you got, I think it was $10, 2 $5 ones. If you go on the page and look, we only get about $6.
Really?
Like 20 tonight I sent over, and you only get like hardly nothing out of that because you got to pay everybody else before it filters down to you.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, hey, I keep them coming. I'm working on a tank of gas.
There you go. Well, it's
There's
just
one,
a little
Charles.
something, and I figure a little something, to keep everything going. Hopefully it'll help,
Hey, yeah, thanks,
I'll
man.
pay in cash when I come to Huntersville this year.
Okay.
And you got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 witnesses.
Are you going to come down to Huntersville in October, Sparky?
Yeah.
All right, good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It's about 9 or 10 weeks to go. I got the flyer all printed up here. I was doing some corrections on it, and I'm going to publish it later this week.
Oh man,
That looks
Very
good.
nice. Very nice.
That's really
that's
good.
the same weekend as our event too. Y'all gonna take all of our entrants.
Yeah, we're going to steal y'all's thunder, but that's the Triple Tree P51 right there. Up there where they have Juno, that's their plane.
Wow.
Nice. Yeah, we got an event going on this weekend. They call it the Prairie Fire.
If you've
Yeah,
never been to Triple
yeah.
Tree, you have to go at least once.
Yeah, oh, it is heaven. That is just a beautiful place.
There's Frank Washburn.
Frank's
How's
joint-
everybody doing?
Hey, Frank.
Hey, Frank.
Mr. eBay himself.
Yeah, I've
So,
had plenty of experience with it.
I have too. I haven't got the problem though. It's, you know, like I say about you can go 7% usually on what you got to pay eBay, but the trick is keeping your dollars low, and you don't make as much money doing this. Like if you got
Yeah.
like me, if I got an $80 engine, if I start out, you know, like $39.99, that'll help you keep having to pay them the whole, you know, a bigger amount. So anyway, it's, I don't know, I can't remember how it works, but I haven't been too upset about paying them a little money, because around here there is no way you're going to get rid of that stuff without having some kind of an avenue to get rid of it like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree.
I'm
You
not
get
like
so
a lot
much
of you guys.
traffic.
I just don't have a whole bunch of stuff to sell. But once in a while, I think, you know, I'm not going to use this. It'd be nice if it could have a good home where somebody'd use it. But,
RC Group is a good place to sell and buy. I find I never had a problem with RC Group.
Well, they probably don't have fees and stuff there.
Well,
A
I've
lot of
I
guys
counted
using
up-
that Bonanza now. It's supposed to be pretty good. There's a lot less fees.
Yeah.
I think RC Groups is just all personal exchanges, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just a forum with a classified section like we got on Sudhanger.
Yeah.
And they got a good engine section. You can find a lot of good deals in there sometimes.
maybe I'll look into that. But I got 20 control line kits in my basement, but I hate to part with any of them. You know,
I know that's hard to do.
So just let the small circle here know when you decide.
yeah.
I'm always looking to blow money.
There's a
Well, yeah.
possibility that I might let go of one of my SIG P51 kits because I have two of those. But boy, I'd have to really be talked into that one.
Is that the plastic one?
No, well, it's got
Plastic
got
film?
it's the foam wing one. It's like
Yeah.
54 inches. I can't remember this. It's the control line number of the kit, but it's a pretty nice kit. I've got one downstairs. It's just about ready to paint.
Yeah, I got the RC version of it. 60.
Yeah, that's a bigger.
Minnesota Mike says he's looking at buying a Kit Fox. Kit Fox, Minnesota Mike. Anybody know what a Kit Fox is? See what he answers on that. I don't know what a Kit Fox is.
I'm not sure what that is either.
The Kit Fox.
Yeah.
It's a
Maybe it's-
home-built airplane.
Baby Fox.
Hey, Daryl, what's your event this weekend?
Called the Prairie Fire Stunt Contest in Alberta.
that'd be-
There.
I wondered what prairie fire meant. I thought maybe y'all were flying to the backdrop of smoke and flames or something.
Well, we got lots of smoke and flames too, but we don't want that.
Yeah.
Like I'm in Edmonton right now with a rental property, fixing a few things up, and it's pretty damn smoky here from the British Columbia fires, and we got one not too far from here either.
You know, Cox International, our friend Bernie up there that it sells us all of our Cox equipment got burned out of his actual place of business didn't get burned, but some of his employees' houses burned down, and that's in Alberta. That's in British Columbia somewhere.
Yeah.
That was
NBC. Yeah.
yeah.
He's over where that. That's probably one of their worst fires. It's
Yeah.
brutal.
He's back open for business now, though.
Hey, did that do anything with the Abbotsford air show they had a couple weeks ago? Wasn't that a couple weeks ago they just had the air show, or was it last week?
They had an air show here last weekend.
That must have been it. The
They ran it.
Abbotsford air show. That's a big international show. That's a big one.
Well, the one I was thinking of was the one
I wonder
here.
if Steve Hines is going to come on tonight.
Who?
Steve Hines.
Steve
Oh.
Hines.
He usually shows up. Sometimes it's late, but he'll usually at least drop in on us.
I want to know if he's going to be in Detroit.
You look a little lost there, Sparky, when you're not sanding or gluing something.
Yeah. No airplanes around you.
Well, thinking about getting a piece of glass for this table so I can tinker around on this table.
That's a cool black shirt you got. What does it say on it, Sparky?
Snap on.
Like my women, like my coffee.
Snap on.
Snap on.
Strong and black.
Mocha. The hazelnut with 2 teaspoons of sugar.
Well, Charles, you been able to do any hot flying over the week?
Yeah, I've been preparing for this contest this weekend. It's called the Joust, and so I've been flying a lot this week, trying to get ready. So I heard someone tell me if you don't bring it, you're not gonna find it there. So I'm trying to get all set up so that I can bring it.
Yeah.
Wish I was.
Right, that's the way to go. Now, have you got your stalker running again?
No, that's I'll get that going after the contest. It's just when they sent me the crankcase, it didn't have a bushing in it, and that's kind of slowed me down. But you know, those two planes are so different. My Nobler and the Strega, they're so different. I really don't want to fly them both trying to prepare for a contest.
Yeah,
So,
that is two hugely different planes.
yeah, the Nobler is I think I got it down, Sparky. I got it down to like 52 ounces now. I think last time I told you it was like 56 or so. So I've gotten it down lighter, and it's turning better. And I changed the motor. I had a Super Tiger 46, and I put an LA 46 with one head shim and a tongue muffler and a green filter over the Venturi, and it is just, I just can't believe it. I really didn't think much about LA 46s before.
They're good engines.
But I'm actually becoming enamored with that motor. It's really nice.
Yeah, they
Good running engine.
good running engine.
Are you just two-stroking it?
It's running on the edge of going into a two-stroke. It might kind of, bleep for a second and then come back. But it is a fast 4-cycle, but it does do a 4.2 brake.
Yeah.
And when it brakes, it brakes really fast.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Terry.
Hey, Terry.
Hey, nice to see everybody.
You too, man.
Nice to see you, too.
Hey,
Yeah, I got my Nobler finished just a couple days ago. It went in at 45 ounces or 44.
Okay, wow.
Or no, not 44, 54, excuse me.
Okay, make me
Oh,
feel
wait a
even
minute.
bad. Make me feel
No,
bad.
it was 44, excuse me.
I was gonna say that's lighter. No, 44 is still heavier than my smoothie.
Yeah. Well, I think I'd have to weigh my smooth. I can't remember what my smoothie was. Huh?
My Nobler's in the 40s. It's 41.
Yeah, yours is pretty light. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
See, and I'm running mine with a 42. I'd like to be running it with a 46 at that weight, but that Fox 40 runs pretty good too, so hopefully it'll work out just fine.
I got an answer.
32 in it.
I got an answer on the Kit Fox. Minnesota Mike says it's a experimental airplane,
Yeah,
Two-seater. Two-seater, and
that's a sweet little airplane. That.
yeah. And he also said,
Gary Forbes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever talked to you.
No, I used to see you at contests all over many years. I'm from Kenosha, Wisconsin originally.
Uh-huh.
Terry's been one of our longtime YouTube watchers, and then
Yep.
finally got on live with us the other night, a couple of weeks ago.
Yep.
Well, gentlemen, I gotta head out and head home. I might tag back in here in about an hour or so.
Okay, Daryl.
Yeah, come back in.
I'll talk to y'all later.
All right.
See you, Daryl.
Drive safe.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I've been around a day or two.
Well, James, I watched some of your building on some of your plastic kits too. They look good.
Yeah, I ain't done none of that plastic stuff in a while. I started right here when I moved everything around, and I got about this far with a little stop with snipe, and I done.
Yeah, I got a plastic Mustang that's been on the shelf for ages. I'd like to put together.
Look, I got this. We got a group on Facebook that all plastic models, and I got
I
that
used to have a plastic battleship when I was a kid. Hang on, let me lock you on there. There you go.
Yeah.
Yep. 132 scale, so it's got about a 1 foot wingspan, give or take.
Or was that an A? What model is that, James?
That was the it was a Wildcat or my Revell. I'm not big on Navy planes, but yeah, SBD and the Wildcat rank in there when it comes to the naval planes.
Do you know why the Corsair wing is gull wing?
Because the
Yes,
prop's
I
so
do.
big.
The prop.
To clear the prop, yeah.
Yeah.
Why the canopy so far back?
That's for weight.
Got to be back behind the wing.
I guess so you can
Back
see
behind
it.
the wing,
see it.
so I can see the deck.
Yeah. Well, that's a lot of changes to make just to accommodate the pilot and the prop. I wonder why they felt like they needed such a huge prop.
Have you ever seen one in real life?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little airplane.
Yeah, it's not real big.
A lot of cylinders.
Yeah, really fast, lots of power.
Yep. Hey, great job on the videos, Sparky. I've watched just about every one of them. Just very good.
Yes, very good.
Yeah, I saw the one on your hinge, your hinge system for the elevator. Boy, that's got me thinking.
That's a nice setup, isn't it?
Yeah, I love it.
I think I'm going to be doing that here pretty quick. I got to buy some of them hinges.
Yeah, I got to get some too. Now, can I use those? Do you make any larger ones for like quarter scale power stuff?
You can make them any size you want. You want them half inch, you want them 3/4, you want them quarter, whatever you want. Just make them.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Very cool.
It only took me 20 years to figure out what this guy was talking about.
Well, thing is, it works. I haven't done that yet, but there's no doubt some of the models I've seen of the radio control guys, they've got systems like that, and they work pretty nice.
There's probably an easier way to do it than the way I'm doing it, but
I think that's a pretty good way.
Yeah, that's a good way.
Yeah, I think that's a good way.
I just happened to be sitting on the couch and went, hey, that's what the hell he was talking about in 1991.
All of a sudden it clicked.
Yeah.
Sitting there taking a dump and I'm like, hold on. Hell no. It all makes sense.
It is not my idea.
Well, thing is, you're out there making it work, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, I made it work. And I built since I figured that out. Just had them on it. Box, Frank?
Yeah, I'm working on it. I put 3 coats of dope, sand it in DC 540 to just fuel proof it. I'm gonna paint it with butyrate dope too.
Oh yeah, I just sprayed mine in green Rust-Oleum. It was good in 2 days.
Yeah.
Uglier than hell too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What's that?
Put urethane over the top. The dope is not fuel proof.
Okay. Even butyrate dope?
Yep.
Yeah, even beer is not fuel proof.
Can you put urethane over top of dope though?
I do it all the time.
When,
Not supposed to.
All right.
when it comes to flight boxes, Charles has it figured out. That's a sweet setup he's got.
Yes, you know what it is I just hate losing things, and so I made sure I had a spot for everything. And then I found myself, I'd be at the flying field and I would forget to bring some sort of cleaner. So I made a little thing to hold I used the sprayway glass cleaner to clean the planes, and so it just kind of evolved over a period of time.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, I think Wally saw it on one of my videos.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't really showcased it yet, but it works.
Did you try any of that Oxy Orange yet?
Yes, I did. That fact, I don't know how you breathe around that stuff, man. I had to cut it with water.
Well, it's what is that? The ammonia in it, I think, is what you're smelling. It's pretty strong. Yeah,
it's pretty strong. I cut it with water, but it works great. It's a great grease cutter. Leaves the plane, really clean, and so I like it. I just cut it with water, and I make sure I spray it, with the wind at my back and spray it away from me.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got my car out there. It's got some in it for cleaning my planes when I go.
Yeah. Now that my flying buddies fly electric planes, I get all kinds of whining and complaining if I don't wipe the fuselage off before I ask them to pit for me, because they're getting castor oil all over their hats. I've been going.
I'm going to sign out and save the bandwidth for Detroit.
Okay.
Okay.
Talk to you later.
See you later.
Okay, great job.
Take care.
See you later. See ya.
See ya.
Good night.
The crew here is shrinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I feel bad because I need a part, but I will come back. I need to work on my plane. I got to get, I want to make it, improve its appearance because it has some holes in it and stuff. I did repairs, so I got to monocoat over it and fix it. So I can't do it in here. So I'm going to eat and then pop back in if you guys are still on.
Okay.
All right. We'll see you later. I got you locked in, Terry. You got it. I'll see you there.
I'm putting a new tank on my Buster here.
Oh,
So I had to notch the leading edge. I mean, they just don't give you enough room for any tank. I was going to almost build it in the wing next time.
yeah.
You know what, Terry? I'm going to show you something in a minute. In fact, you know what? I can do it right now while I'm thinking about it, while we're still on topic, so I don't forget. I'm that lazy and I forget.
That was a nice glassy red paint job you had there.
That's all monocoat, man.
Oh, is it?
Is that a kit then, or did you scratch it?
No, it's a old Goldberg kit.
The old Carl Goldberg kit, huh?
Yes, sir.
That
was
like
Goldberg.
That's the one that went with the shoestring.
Yes, and I put the little scoop on this side, and I think you can see that. Yeah.
Ringmaster on the Jamie channel.
Yeah, see, I had to notch.
What power are you going to use with that?
Well, it's got a 40 coffin back Fox on it.
Oh, that ought to run really nice.
Oh, it runs. I've flown it, but the tank was too small, so I just ordered a new tank from Brodak, and it should be here tomorrow. Plus, I'm getting a new Mustang
problem with my Ringmaster. I had to notch out the leading edge to fit this Uniflow tank.
Yeah, I love it.
What did you do?
That's what, about a 4.5 ounce there? 4 ounce?
3 ounce.
Oh, 3 ounce. Yeah.
The thing of it is, now that was all by choice. I didn't have to do that. I did it because that way I can still match the profile of the fuselage to the spinner.
I love it. Yes, that's what I like.
But the thing of it is, I bought this Uniflow and didn't think, oh, well, you know, they got more Uniflows out there in the world. They have a 3-ounce Uniflow wedge tank that would have fit right smack perfect without even doing surgery.
Yeah.
Did you,
Yeah.
what did you reinforce the lead edge spar with after you cut that notch out? Did you put some plywood behind
Yeah,
it?
I put some plywood behind it. Yep.
I went straight epoxy,
Yeah.
balls to the wall, baby. Ow!
Is that a
Yeah.
primary force I see hiding in his corner back there? Where'd he go?
Is that a what?
Primary force.
Up there over your head. Is that what it is? Yeah.
The RC combat plane.
Oh,
Oh, I love those,
It
man.
was primary force.
I got that in a swap meet for $15.
There you
Some
go.
guy couldn't sell it to nobody else. I'm like, I'll take it. I don't even know what size engine goes on it. All I know is that the receiver and the servos is all older than me.
Hey, have any of you guys run the Evolution 36 motor?
I don't. My buddy Wayne has a couple of them, and he's experimented with Venturis and hadn't put one on a plane yet, though.
Yeah,
I heard it's
I saw them. You know, and I think even one of Rusty's or Sparky's tapes had Banjock and his buddy flying those PT-19s from Horizon.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's
Oh,
where
yeah.
I first saw this motor. And I picked one up, I think, for about $74 from Horizon. And I've only had it on the test stand, and I'm very impressed with it. Plus, it came with a tongue muffler.
Mm-hmm.
3
Yeah, they're easy to
Venturis, 2
start. My buddy
mufflers. I mean,
I heard that all of those Venturis are too big, though. Do you know if that's true or not?
well, I'm running it on the one that came in it. I think it's the middle run, and I'm running on 15% cool power, and I've just run 2 tanks through it, and it ran fine. In fact, towards the end of the second tank, I richened it up, and I was getting the beginning of a good 2-4 break just by picking up the my little test bed.
Yeah. Minnesota Mike says he's got 2 of them. They're brand new, though.
Yeah.
You know, my oldest son last year in fact, it was last spring on eBay. There was one for auction on eBay that was that kit, whatever it is, that has the airplane and the engine and the lines and
Yeah,
the
it's
handle
a
and everything in it.
PT-19. Yeah.
And he got it for a little over $100, and so we got checking it out, and he was wanting like $100 for the engine. So I said, well, you got a pretty good deal on that setup. Well, it's still down in my basement, and I don't know when he's ever going to put it together, but yeah, it looks good. But I've read a few and seen a few videos on them, and I get mixed emotions because you hear it read both ways. They either love them or they hate them.
yeah.
You know? So I don't know.
They're already
the
underpowered.
needle valve, the needle valve is something like I've never seen before. In fact, I'm down here at sea level, and I did like a quarter turn adjustment, and I've only had 2 tanks through it, but it wasn't on the same day, and I haven't touched that needle valve. And one of the older guys, one of the only guys we got flying at the little local thing I go to, has one of those PT-19s. And he says he's got over 500 flights on it. I know he must be that high because he got the thing when it came out. And that was about 3 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago. And he says to me, I've never touched that needle valve. And the funny thing is, his engine is filthy. It's filthy. It's all gummed up. It's filthy.
Like at least I got back in the control line like in 2010, and a buddy of mine locally had one. So that was 7 years ago.
Yeah, that's about right.
First time I ever seen one.
Well,
But,
they've got
the hinges are
46s too, and I could have got one of them on eBay a week ago for $50, but I didn't do
Oh,
it, and I
man.
kind of kicked myself because I thought, well, if that airplane, you know, needed a little more engine than the 36 that's in there, I could have put a 46, probably would have bolted right in, but I'm not that familiar with the engines to really know, so I didn't do it.
Hey, Terry.
Yes, sir.
Hey, one of these days, I want to pick your brain on sailplanes, because I just picked up
Yeah,
a
I'm
Gentle
big on
Lady.
sailplanes. Yep.
I just picked up a Goldberg Gentle Lady for $50. It was a laser cut kit,
Yeah.
and I'm going to build that. But I've never flown one before, so I want to pick your brain on it, how you launch them and stuff.
I've always seen pictures of the Gentle Lady on the plans.
That's a great airplane. That's a great airplane. The other one is the Great Plains Spirit 2 meter, or if you could get the 100-inch one, which they don't do anymore.
Oh yeah.
But I got 13 glider wings up there.
Wow.
Up there.
Wow.
And I got the fuselages over on the wall there. But my favorite glider is it was produced by a company called Laser Arts, and it's called a Majestic, and it's a pod and boom. And what's cool about the kit, you know those little drafting boards they gave you in like junior high school that you use the T-square on? It's like a breadboard.
Yeah.
You can build this 118-inch sailplane on that one small board, because the wings each wing builds in 3 sections.
Oh, okay.
And the pod is one section, and it has a carbon fiber tail boom with a V tail.
Wow.
But that is my favorite plane. But there are a lot of good planes. That the Gentle Lady's an excellent airplane to start with.
One of my buddies over at Cox Engine Forums does videos, mounts GoPro on his Bird of Time. Are you familiar with the Bird of Time?
Yeah, I got a Bird of Time.
He does some fantastic flights with that plane.
Yeah.
So what do you tow them with? You doing the rubber band start, or you got airplane?
Yeah. I use either a high start, which is 100 foot of surgical tubing, and usually 400 to 500 foot of monofilament, about 80 pound, and then there's a parachute on the end. So you stretch that out about 100, 150 paces, and it doesn't throw it up like one of those little gliders in the rubber band. It goes up like a kite. Kites up on the wind. You get a good 800 to 1,000 foot launch out of the high start. Then I've got a couple electric winches. I've got an old one and I've got a newer one.
Yeah.
But
So
the high start's what I use mostly.
So on an electric, how far do you usually pull it out, and then how far do you wind it in?
Field. Well, as you know, like you want to use as much of the field as you can. So you put your turnaround, which is a front wheel bicycle sprocket on a little bracket that gets put out at the end of the field into the wind, and then you pull the line out to the turnaround and back, and then you have a foot switch and you hook the parachute on the bottom of your glider, and then you just pedal it. But there's stretch that gets in the line, so you kind of pulse the pedal to keep stretch in the line, and the sailplane will go right up. But the electric winches, you have to be careful, because if you would step on it and your glider isn't really stressed for it, you can pull the wings off.
Oh, yeah. You know, I've never seen anybody fly a glider, but I guess they're a lot of fun.
Oh, it's tremendous fun.
My first experience was really a few weeks ago with my buddy Wayne, who's re-entered the glider, and he was a full-size glider enthusiast, but been buying the ones that have an electric motor that he launches with, and as soon as he gets it up, the wings fold up, and he points it towards a cloud bank and circles up as high as you can see. And
look for thermals. Yeah, man.
Yeah, and he's good at it because he's already a skilled glider pilot anyway.
Sure. Well, they have ratings in the LSF 1, 2, and 3, and if you start flying with other people, they'll start timing you on things. Hey, you just made your LS2. I'll sign it for you.
He's a 3 or a 5. Yeah. He's as high as you can go. Whatever that is.
Yep. A lot of fun. Very relaxing. Just very relaxing.
So when you get
Pretty
up there, a lot of
inexpensive.
times, can you stay up as long as you want?
There are days where I only do one launch and I get a good hour, 20 minutes of flying. And, you know, it's funny because you stand there in the field. I've got a big brim hat. I got glasses, but you usually stand there looking up with your mouth open. My wife says you're getting your tonsils tan. Yeah.
So you actually bring it down when you've had enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
the only complaint I have about the gentle lady is that it's not hard, but it's difficult to rig it with spoilers. And
Okay.
most of my gliders are res, which is rudder, elevator, spoiler. Like I have some full house gliders. I've got a Pike, which is made in Czechoslovakia. It's about a $2,200 F3B ship. It's got ailerons and flaps and computerized radio. And believe me, it's a nice airplane, but I really enjoy the res ships the most. The rudder, elevator, spoilers, and that's what I go to all the time.
So is it spoilers necessary?
Not necessary, but believe it or not, these planes are hard to get down. If once you're in lift, you got to kick it into pull it into a spin and let it spin down, or just dump the spoilers and push the nose down.
Okay, so the spoiler is just like a drag, right?
Well, it breaks the lift.
Yeah, it just
Let me see
blows
if I
the air
can
off.
if there's hold on a second. Let me see what I can snag out of this wing thing here.
Yeah, the spoiler just blows the air off the wing, I guess.
Yeah. Like kind of like a flap, only on the top of the wing.
Yeah.
I've been standing on this DC 540. I love the smell of that stuff.
Like, I ain't got to do none of that stuff. Dude, just get old Rust-Oleum on this. No paint loss except for scratches. That's it.
I might end up doing that.
I mean, nothing. I mean, you can't tell really with the lighting, but
It's fine.
no complaints with it.
Yeah. I gotta put one more coat of DC 540 on, then I'm gonna paint it.
Like me, I didn't prime it. I just went straight Rust-Oleum to it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's not like it's got to win any beauty contest. It's
Yeah.
good if you can see the wood grain or not.
Yeah. that's true.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I didn't do a good sanding job or nothing. I mean, I kind of smoothed it out here and there. But I mean, first flight box, I don't care.
Yeah.
It's a utility box. It's supposed to look like a utility.
It's the ones that you see videos of it. People at the field, these big old giant wooden boxes. I have a hard time carrying this damn thing. And it's as small as a damn shoebox, and it weighs 300 pounds. I got these other fools with boxes that are this damn big, with legs and everything, made into like a little hobby shop. And these guys are like 90 years old. How the hell are they hauling that shit around? Like I said, I'm not weak, and this thing weighs like 75 pounds.
I remember Watt Moore carries a Rubbermaid rolling case with stackable shelves in it. It must weigh 200 pounds. And he's got a whole hobby shop inside of it.
It probably only makes 2 flights and go home.
Yeah.
He doesn't fly anymore, but he helps everybody else.
Yeah. You never know when you're going to have to build a kit on the spot,
Yeah, or pull a new plane out of the box.
You want to see what I'm building for a friend?
Yeah. Oh,
Let's see, get a load of those B-29.
let me lock
Oh,
that.
that's
thing.
nice.
Boy,
Love
that's a big airplane.
Yeah.
And it's rare. Super rare.
That's a lot of sticks.
Yeah,
boy.
it is. It is.
I just won. In fact, on that auction group I was telling you about for the plastic models, a guy had put up a Fokker DR1 for $15, and I snatched it.
Did you? Is it
Yeah,
a
not
Gillows?
the laser cut one, the old one.
Oh, okay.
I'd
Still
like
worth
to
it.
build their B-17.
Yeah, it's nice. This thing's, I've had this kit for like 6 or 7 years.
It's looking good, man.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
I got the left wing started. I still got a long way to go on it.
Hey, I'll have a better show or tell on Monday for you. I'll dig out my. I'm supposed to go flying Sunday, so I'll leave the Majestic out and I'll have it on the bench. I'll show you how it works. And,
All right.
When are you gonna do that?
I'm flying Sunday, so on Monday's meeting, I'll have the Majestic here. I'll show it to you.
Okay, I'm
The
working Monday.
spoilers and
I'll be working
Oh.
Monday, but I'll watch
I'll
it
be in
later.
court.
or whenever
But
you
I
can
have
make
my,
it.
my laptop
Yeah,
with me.
whenever you can make it.
Okay, Wednesday. Well, we don't do Wednesday, do we anymore?
Not anymore. No.
Yeah,
Maybe
it won't
winter.
be.
We might in the winter. Maybe we'll get
Yeah.
it. Maybe one of you guys can be our Wednesday host. I'll
Yeah,
have to talk to Sparky about that.
I'll be on eventually. I make it when I can.
Yeah,
Well,
that's it, man.
Frank, what kind of glue are you using on that framework? Is that all CA or are you using wood glue?
On my B29. Yeah, it's all CA, medium CA.
Yeah, I can't imagine having to build something like that with wood glue.
Oh, you couldn't. It would take you forever.
That's
He
what we
is.
used to build them when I was a kid, and like I say, it'd take a while. I
Yeah,
built
it
the
does.
SC5 way back then, and it took a long time.
Or,
They have,
or
they have you put about a half a
like
pound
that.
of clay in the front to weigh it down.
Hmm.
I can't wait to get it done, though. It's gonna be nice.
So are you going to cover it with tissue and paint it, or are you going to monocoat it?
I'm not gonna monocoat it. I'm thinking about either covering it with tissue, maybe silk span. I don't know, something smooth.
Use your tissue, man. You got a lot of different angles there to cover up. Tissue's the way to go.
Yeah, and I'll probably get some Brodak silver dope to paint it.
Mm-hmm.
I got me about
Yep.
8 feet of doctor paper yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got
Yeah,
a partial roll of it. Looks pretty interesting.
It doesn't
Very
look as
shiny
white as
on one
silk
side.
span, though.
That Brodak B29 silver would be sweet on that B29, or the B25 silver.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll
that'd be
probably do
nice.
that. Yeah, this guy's been waiting on this kit forever, and I've just been procrastinating because every one of those formers you got to cut out, and you got to cut every little stick notch out, which is like 500 in a wing. You know, it's like it's not fun.
I gotta go get a propeller.
They're
Yeah,
laser
you
kits.
got to be dedicated to build a plane like that and not get frustrated.
Yeah, that's why I put it away for a while because I was getting bored and getting really disinterested in it.
Yeah.
So I just now recently got it back out.
Like me with this Galaxy. I got my little cloth hinges cut out, ready to go. I'm just sitting here staring at it like I don't feel like touching it. Stare around like a
I
zombie.
like cloth hinges. I think they're pretty cool.
Hey, do you have any slopes by your house that you can fly a glider off of? Any ridges or?
I have hills, but they're like covered in pine trees. You know.
Yeah.
I got levees.
My uncle lives
levee
out
might
on
be
a farm.
good. You can fly along the levee.
Yeah.
They're only like 5 foot high.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
My
got
uncle lives out in
Pretty flat down here.
You can build a bonfire.
You know, I could probably fly to New Orleans. You know, that's just a big giant bowl in that little grass.
Yeah.
Wayne says when he was flying the full-size gliders, you know, he'd look for things like farmers burning.
plowed fields or
And-
burning
yeah.
fields. Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Why do you do that?
We're talking about stick airplanes.
Is that
There
a
you go.
Gillows?
Yep, there's your Corsair,
Nice job.
and it's going to have a detailed cockpit. I've got 2 of these kits.
I saw a guy make that into a radio controlled plane.
Yeah, you can. There's a propeller and a scale.
Now, is that going to be rubber powered or engine powered or what?
This is
Think
just going to be static display, this one,
Is it?
because I've got a scale propeller and it's heavy.
Yeah.
Hey, Wally.
Yes.
Hey, are you going to scallop those formers before you cover it, or are you just going to cover it like it is?
I'll probably cover it just like it is.
Because I've been seeing a lot of guys scallop the formers to make the tissue lay on it nicer.
Well, you can do that, but you know, and some guys like in the World War I airplanes, you know how they divvy it in here.
That's what I was
They
talking
do
about.
that, so you just see the stringers.
Yeah.
You can do that, but the problem with that is like here, if you want to attach your tissue along this bulkhead right here, you need something solid all the way down to do that. So, and there's so many, you know, like I was talking about angles, this one here, you're in the directions you should go piece of tissue here to here, from here to here, from here to here.
I don't like that.
And you know, and if you can do it all the way, if you do it with your tissue a little bit damp, you can probably stretch it enough to do like from here to here in one piece.
Right.
And that's the key, is if you can do, the more tissue you can put on at one time and get it to lay in there right, you know, the less work it's going to save you, you know, as you go.
Yeah,
and you know, like the wing here, you can go from here, actually from this rib up in one piece, the top of the wing here all the way, even the tip, you can stretch that stuff enough to where, as long as your tissue's damp, you can do it both ways. Some guys do it with a dry. I don't like to use a dry, but if it's damp, you can stretch that stuff pretty good. See, I've still got to put my stringers in here.
Yeah, how was that gull wing to build?
What's that?
You dope the frame before you start laying the damp tissue on it?
Yeah, you need probably 3 coats of dope around the edges and where you're going to attach it to the body and everything.
Yeah.
Just like you do on our airplanes, you know, you got to have the balsa filled so the tissue will have something to stick to. Yeah. Same thing. But the problem with your other tissues or your silk spans and stuff, it's big enough when that stuff shrinks, it's got enough shrinkage in it that it could crush this stuff.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
I've seen that happen before with a little Comet Spad 13. My dad
will pre-shrink,
and the wings just folded up. Wow.
Yeah, yeah. So that's why you want to stick with your tissue that you have in your kit, something that's very thin, so when it shrinks, it doesn't break your structure.
Okay. Yeah. Now, how was that gull wing to build on that
After the
thing?
wing snapped, he went outside and he set it on fire right in front of me. My plane, my first balsa plane, he set it on fire.
Well, and I'll tell you what, burnt balsa wood goes up in a hurry because I had a control line, my Carl Goldberg P40 that I built. I put a Super Tiger 35 on it and went over to my brother-in-law's to start it, and it backfired one time, caught on fire, and within 2 minutes that airplane was completely burned to nothing. It was gone.
Oh
Wow.
Brand new airplane. I hadn't even flown it yet. That sucked. I still, I can't believe that happened still to this day. And that was 30 years ago almost.
That's funny.
That was right when they came out with that P40 kit. You know, they've had the shoestring kit for years and years, even when I was a kid. But when they come out with that P40 kit, you know, that was even after they came out with the Buster. It was later. I thought, man, I'm going to get me that kit. I went and got one and built that and sprayed it and everything. It looked really nice, and I didn't even get to fly it.
I saw a brand new one of those still sealed on eBay the other day or a while back.
Yeah, they're going. Most of them guys are getting like $100 out of them kits, them old ones now.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
Hey, how's it going, Mike?
Hey, Mike.
Howdy.
Okay, this time.
But yeah, you know, Frank, these stick airplanes are pretty fun to build, and it's something different, you know, than just building the same thing like we build all the time. That's why I build sticks, and I build control lines, and I build plastics, and you know, it's just
me too.
about anything you can think of. Keep you from crazy.
Let me show you my triplane. It's kind of dusty.
Oh, I love it. Nice.
Oh, sweet. Nice.
Check out the tail detail.
Nice job.
Oh, very nice.
Oh, sweet. Got your control line stuff in there and everything. Nice.
Yeah. I still haven't done the radial. Still got to do the radial, and I don't like the Gillows vacuum forming, so I got to find a someplace that makes like a repo.
Yeah, I don't know anybody that does. I've been just using
Check
what
out
they've got.
Sprue Brothers.
That's not
Yeah,
bad.
Sprue Brothers.
Sprue Brothers have all those motors and stuff.
Let me show
just
you.
tell 'em- yeah, Sprue Brothers have all those engines and stuff. You just tell them. I think you find it on the website.
How do you spell it?
SPRU, Sprue.
SPRUE.
UE. Yeah. Yeah, I have dyslexia. Don't ask me how to spell.
I found it.
It used to be a company called Aerodrome RC. All they used to do was electric World War I scale RC. I mean, from like 80 down to like 16 inch. And they used to have engine kits, and all it was like when you build the cylinders on the rotary engine, it'll just be stacked pieces of balsa.
Here's your.
Good detailed kit, but that I think Aerodrome RC shut down a few years ago.
This is Williams Brothers. I don't know if you can see that or not. Losing part of it, which it don't really matter. But that's
the
Williams
big one.
Brothers.
Yeah, nice.
This is their plastic. This is, you know, like one cylinder. And anyway, they got enough in here to make 9-cylinder radial. And what I've got is I've got enough. Well, I had enough, but I let one guy build me. He's building a Wright engine for my Dauntless.
Oh.
And which will be static display, but this is the other one. And they're both big scales. And actually, your radio control guys really love these things.
Yeah.
But what I plan on doing with them is doing 2 banks and making a Pratt and Whitney R2800 engine out of it that they used in the P-47 Thunderbolt or the Corsair.
Yeah. Let me show you another plane I built.
I got too much stuff, man.
Hey, we all do.
Well, the problem is you get spread out so thin, then you don't have time to build anything.
Well, that triplane's about a 112 scale, I think.
115th.
115th.
115th, yeah. Oh, there it is. The right.
Oh, that's
flyer.
beautiful.
Nice.
Now, which kit was that?
That's the Gillows laser cut kit.
Wow.
That's nice.
Hey, listen.
I
Those are
carved the
difficult
props, too.
kits, man. You did a good job. Those are difficult.
I carved those props
Nice.
too.
Wow, very nice.
Nice.
It took a long time to do that one.
That's
That
nice.
under camera on that wing's really tough.
Yeah, that's
Those
where you
things
have
so
to
dusty.
stick your tissue to every rib underneath. That's tough.
You know what I use to stick it is white glue, 50% with water.
Yeah,
It worked perfectly.
cool. That's good.
I've got a little plastic Wright flyer hanging in my shop that some friends brought home from their visit to the Wright Brothers Museum up at Kill Devil Hills and or one of the Outer Banks out there. But you know, I put it together and looked at it, and I took it out in the yard. And it took me a minute to figure out which way it flies. You know, you have this fly it backwards just looking at it. I gave that thing a heave, and I'll be damned if it didn't just sail straight all the way across the yard. I couldn't believe this little plastic snap together thing was actually balanced and flew like that. It's incredible.
Good engineering.
Yeah.
Good engineering.
Yep.
Here's another one of my rubber powered planes.
Oh, very nice.
Oh, nice.
Flying Aces. This is Flying Aces moth. But can you tell what happened here?
Did you
Somebody
lose your rubber
squeezed it too
band?
tight.
No, the rubber band blew up.
It was
Yeah.
Oh, it blew
destroying
up.
and took
Oh,
out
yeah.
the side.
Yeah, they'll tear up your airplane when they go.
Yeah, it flew great though.
Those rubber bands that you use, are they just they're not circular rubber bands, are they just long strings of rubber? Aren't they flat strips?
Yeah, but you got to tie them in a knot, and then some people weave them or braid them, you know.
Yeah, braiding.
But this one's just, I think it was a 48-inch long rubber band that I had folded over twice, and it blew.
Wow.
It really
You know,
went quick.
no,
But I
just
want to get
remembered
some of
I've
their
got
counters that you wind and it'll count how many times.
Like a
Them are
gizmo
sweet.
geezer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been wanting to get one of them too.
I just
Yeah,
remember I
50
got a rubber kit that my wife bought me one Christmas, and it's been in the drawer forever. And it looks like it's got substantial rubber bands. I probably have to replace them now because they're so old. But I think it's more like a helicopter type thing. I need to put that together and see exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Are you guys familiar with the Tamiya World War II German sub kit, the real big one?
Nah.
I've seen it, but I don't know anybody
I've
that's
got
built
one.
it.
Yeah, I'm going to
Did
start
you?
it here. I've got one. It's about 4 feet long.
Yeah, the
And
one
what-
that's got the clear on the one
Yeah.
side so you can see all the inside. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah,
Way
in fact,
awesome.
I just I ordered all kinds of little lights and stuff for the interior. So
Oh man, that'd be cool.
I got all that in, so I'm going to get ready to start. And you build each one of the compartments as like a module.
Were those diesel powered subs?
Correct. Yeah, 2 big, I think 24-cylinder diesels, 2 of them,
Wow.
or 12 or 24. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they're. I've been through the sub in Chicago a few times. Have any of you guys seen the U505 up there?
I have not.
Yeah, you're out west so far. We got to take up a
Yeah.
collection. We got to get a GoFundMe page to fly
Man,
you.
I'd
fly you up
like
here.
over there where Rusty's flying. I'd love to be able to go over there or down there to California, even where Frank's at.
Yeah.
You know, me and James are over here. Both of us, me and James, we're in no man's land.
I'm in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Pennsylvania's
I
not
live
bad.
like
That's
2
right.
hours from Brodak.
Yeah,
I'd be
that's
going
nice.
down to Brodak all the time.
Check out this little 12-inch Nesmith Cougar. This is a Tech
Oh,
polymer
that's
kit.
a beauty.
That's a beauty, yeah. That's
Very
nice.
I've never flown this one.
Well, I'll tell you what, it looks like it ought to really fly not good.
Do those little planes weigh about 3 or 4 ounces?
Let me look. I got my scale right here. I've never even weighed this thing.
That's
Yeah,
sweet.
if that. Yeah.
I like your Megadeth T-shirt there, Frank.
Yeah. So Terry, where do you put that great big sub when you get it done?
Well, I don't know. I'm going to maybe put it up in my man cave on the mantle.
There you go.
And
Yeah,
16
got
grams.
That's a
I've
big.
got an old 4-channel Futaba that I've just fixed up to run all the lights. So
Cool.
It weighs a little over half an ounce,
There
16
you go.
grams.
Minnesota Mike says FAI Supply sells rubber.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I forgot to tell y'all, Chris Liggy was watching us a little while ago. I don't know if he's still with us or not.
Oh, I remember it.
Yeah, you can get different sizes of rubber band rubbers, so you can whatever
You know
size
what?
airplane you can get stretched out with what you want. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
They got a lot of stuff when you get looking.
You know what I've always wanted to try?
You want at Circle K.
You know what I've always wanted to try is indoor F1D, those real lightweight ones.
The little
No,
peanut
those are
scale,
awesome.
Huh?
peanut scale airplanes. They call peanut scale.
No,
Peanut
this
scale.
is a peanut scale. I'm talking about those ones that are clear. You know.
The indoor endurance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the indoor.
Microfilm.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah, microfilm. Yeah.
I got one of
Yeah,
them.
the indoor endurance.
My
one.
dad did that once or twice. I don't know if they still do that same process to
Oh yeah.
film on water to cover the thing with.
Yep. That's how you do it.
You see that great big video? Well, that's not just a video on YouTube. There's a guy that's got this great big jet, like a Airbus 320 or something, that he flies indoor in this building that goes real slow. That's radio control.
Yeah,
Now, from what I understand, that airplane is actually a blow-up
Yeah.
balloon
Yeah.
airplane.
Yeah. It's an inflatable.
And
It's
it's
got
like,
like
wow,
helium.
that thing's pretty cool the way they have that thing work.
When my
Well, there's
son
some
was in
plans.
high school, he was in a robotics club, and they were working with a type of wire that would change shape when an electrical current was applied to it. And
The heat, huh?
they tried building some almost like butterflies with cellophane and wire, and trying to make or ornithopters, I guess, you know, to try and fly like a bird. And some of them were sort of successful. That was a pretty cool club he was in.
Wow.
Hey, I've got a funny story for you.
All right.
I went to college. I'm an aeronautical engineer, not that that means anything. So one of the first days in class, the professor puts the weather map up, and here's this formula for this per se flying vehicle. And he says, okay, I want you to do the math on this, and tomorrow you let me know how this is going to fly. Well, everybody came back and said it wasn't going to fly, but I knew this guy was tricky. So I just started looking around, and what it is, it's a bumblebee. And by all reasoning and mathematics and wing area, and
A bumblebee should not be.
Neither can a GB.
Well, Terry, what that means is now you're going to be our designated airplane designer.
Yeah.
Not that we do any math. It's all been done for what I need.
Yeah.
Now, I was an electrical engineering guy, but and my son went into chemistry. He was a chemical engineer. He's a chemist, but I guess crossed over when he started working in manufacturing and had a chemical engineering job.
Well, James, what was those plans you had? I missed out.
That was one of them like little indoor kits, the Phantom Flash or whatever it's called. From oh man, I paid like $20 for the kit. It's like super light balsa. And I'm just not so successful with building the wing and whatnot. It's very fragile.
The laser cut stuff?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Isaki tissue cover.
Yeah, there you go.
But this is the plans total. That's the entire thing on this. I don't know how good you'll be able to see it.
Yeah, wow.
You know, it ain't nothing to it.
Yeah, there's not much to it.
But I think it's starts with a V. Valair Products is where I got it off of.
Huh.
Valari?
Valari?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I've got stuff. What did you get?
It's the Phantom Flash.
Oh, I have one of those too.
Yeah, so I mean, if you've built it or seen it, you already know how fragile these little things are. And I got big dumb hands.
Yeah, I haven't built mine yet, but I'm going to. But man, those things are supposed to fly awesome.
Yeah, that's what I was. That's what I was told.
I got a penny plane too. It's an indoor endurance plane.
How big does that end up being?
The Phantom Flash or the penny plane?
No, I mean yours. Your other one. Just another little one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go refill my fucking bunny cup. I'll be back in a minute. For anybody that hadn't seen it, I think I showed it a little earlier. Get it to focus. There we go. My fucking bunny cup.
Uh-oh. That's a cool
Terry's blanked out. He's still with us?
Yeah, my thing timed out or something. I just had to log back in.
Oh.
So, Michael, you been able to work on anything?
Not lately. I'm kind of waiting on some stuff. I'm probably going to order some more wood and give it one more good shot on both of these. I want to get that Corsair or the Spitfire done. I'm kind of afraid it ain't going to fly worth a hoop. But
where are you getting your wood these days?
I always order my wood from Stunt Hanger Hobby. It's good wood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can't go wrong there. Borodak either way, I don't think. Hey.
Yeah. I used to get it from Wiley Wooten's place, that Lone Star Balsa, before they had their fire.
That was supposed to be like the biggest supplier in the country, wasn't it?
Yeah. Wiley Wooten.
Yeah, that was.
That's a
Yeah, we can't have any more balsa wood go up in flames.
No, man. Yep. Yep.
Hard for the money. So hard for the money.
all right.
That takes me back a ways. I haven't heard that for a while.
I think of that song every time I think of my baby mama.
There you go.
What's all that singing? We don't want any copyright infringement.
Man, I tell you what, look at my videos on my YouTube. I got the Blue Max soundtrack on my videos. And but then again, I ain't really got that many views. Out of all my videos, I might have a grand total of 4,000 views. If
the old Blue Max, yep.
Yep.
Minnesota Mike says he sent pictures of his free flight fleet. Where did you send them to, Mike? I'll post him a text message here.
Do any of you guys remember the A2 tow line glider by Nordic?
I don't.
Those are like what, 6 foot wingspan or something?
Yeah, exactly.
My dad flew A1.
Yeah,
we had A1s.
Well, I built one, and I put the pendulum rudder system in it. Do you know what that is?
That sounds
there's like a piece of music wire running back to the tail, and it's got a 90-degree bend on it up in the cockpit by the CG, and it goes down an inch or two, and then there's like a lead sinker on that.
Oh,
and then it goes back and it bends up 90 the other way to the rudder. So when the plane tilts, the weight causes the rudder to level the wings.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So I built this A2 tow line glider, and it was all done with Amboid. And here's the funny part.
Amboid.
I was because I went to this real strict parochial school that my mother sentenced me to, I was in a carpool. And I used to, on the way to school, I was picking dried Amboid glue off my fingertips. How many of you have done that?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And,
oh, my.
The one lady who drove, her daughter was this, we used to tease her. Her name was Rhoda. And I used to peel that glue off my fingers, and my buddy sat next to me, Gary, and he'd say, "Oh, let me have a piece." We'd pretend to eat it. And she thought we were eating skin off our fingers. It was Amboid.
Wow.
So a few days go by, or a week or so, and then my mother and father call me up, to talk to me, and they say, "Let me see your hands." They're looking at my hands. They're looking for peeling skin on my fingers or something. I had nothing.
Oh, man.
Okay, I got something for you. I got a Minnesota Mike's free flight fleet. That's hard to say. Coming in.
Very cool.
I'm going to do a screen share with you. Let's see if I can screen share right there. And I'll tell you what he said about them after I get them posted up. Okay. Y'all tell me if you can see that. And then I'll.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He says, here's my free flight. Here is my fleet of free flight, both diesel and one on Night 28 rubber.
Oh, that's a good
that
flying
one back
plane.
there looks like almost like the Javelin.
Yeah, that's the One Night 28. I had one of those that I went to my buddy's or my cousin's house, and we wound that thing up, and I let it fly. I didn't have any left turn in the rudder,
Yeah.
And I let that thing go, and it flew out over the highway, and I never saw that thing again.
Yeah.
Keep on going.
Yeah, it was a nice plane, too.
I've done that with rockets. Fly them up and they're gone.
Oh, yeah.
It's like that one had a little too much motor in it. Yeah, those are sweet airplanes. Nice.
What's the big
Very
one?
nice.
What's the big one? It's got to be a pretty good sized diesel in that one.
So Terry, on your glider with your weight setup like that, did you still have a servo hooked up to your rudder to where you could still turn it with that?
No. There was no radio. It was just a free flight.
Oh,
and
that was total reef. Okay.
Yeah, and then I had the DDT fuse, and those things, of course, as you know, when you got a real good flight, they would get up into the clouds and get damp and go out. I didn't have the money for the timer. So my dad and I and my grandfather's filming, God bless him. I've got some Bolac Super 8 film of it flying across Lake Michigan. That's the last I saw of it.
We've all had them
Second flight, I made a couple test glides. It flew perfect. I towed it up and gone. So,
well, on those timers, weren't those timers pretty big and bulky back in the day?
Yeah, they had those mechanical ones, and they were kind of pricey.
Escapement, right?
No, it's just a little timer for a DDT to kick your elevator and your rudder over. Yeah, but my first RC plane, I had escapement with rudder only and elevator up quick blip.
Now, when that escapement's running, this is that's as straight as I can hold my hand. For instance, the rudder is always flopping, but then it flops more to one side.
Well, it's neutral, and then when you kick it, it'll kick either left or right. Like two stabs on the transmitter button would be right, and one stab would be left.
Okay.
Yeah.
The one that was, I saw that was in.
And that was with that stupid little citizenship radio.
Yeah.
But
I think
at the time, I thought it was pretty cool.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the one you're thinking about, Rusty, is the Galloping Ghost.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. Yeah.
That was a weird thing.
Yeah. You know, I had a friend with a Super Champ with that Galloping Ghost, and I don't know how that thing flew, but it flew. He appeared to have control over it. I don't know.
Minnesota Mike says the Brigadier is the big one of the planes I showed you.
Yeah.
Well, nice job on those.
Yeah, for sure.
Beautiful.
Yeah, thanks for showing us, Mike. I still, let's see. Yeah, I still got it up. I'll give them one more moment of glory. Let's see. There we go.
Yes, I'm going to have to.
Uh-oh. I blew something up.
Oh, wow.
I
We
don't know
got a
what
lot of Googles going down there.
Try that one more time. Application window. And it ain't acting right. What happens now? Let's see. I don't know. Maybe they had their moment of glory. I'll mess with it later. I'll try to show them again, Mike.
I guess one of these days I'm going to have to go out to my storage unit and take some pictures of all the stuff I have out there. I have all varieties of free flight in there too.
Yeah, you should, man. That'd be cool.
Get you a wheelbarrow and bring them in there with you, or show us or something.
Yeah, I'm talking. Some have over 6 foot wingspan. My dad,
oh, beautiful!
I still have my dad's Firebird, which came out. He drew plans out of the little Zake 1938 yearbook, and drew the plans up to full size to build a Firebird, which is a 6 foot wingspan English old timer.
Yeah, you know, before I had ever seen a free flight plane in real life, and I had seen pictures after picture after picture of it, and I just never conceived of how huge wingspans those planes were until I saw them in real life, and my mouth just dropped open. Like, damn, That's a hell of a lot of wing. And it has to be. It should have been, you know, it was a no-brainer, but they're beautiful birds.
And everything were so heavy, they needed a lot of wind.
Yeah, but they're such the free flight planes are such beautiful birds.
Yeah. Yeah, his Firebird was relatively small compared to some of them. I think the two big ones that had so many little itty bitty pieces were two Goldberg ones, Valkyrie and the sailplane, and they were.
I just downloaded the plans for the Viking, the FAI Viking. I'd like to try to scratch build that one.
That's a beautiful airplane.
Yeah, I think that those things are amazing how they fly.
Yep.
Straight up, and then they just circle around. It's kind of cool.
I think the half-A free flight I have is one that was called the Solitaire that he covered with solar film that was geodesic.
Wow.
How about a Cloud Buster? Goldberg Cloud Buster. You remember that one?
Yeah.
That one's not familiar to me.
Yeah, 049 power, kind of like a pedestal wing, that Goldberg pedestal wing.
Oh.
I like those pedestal wings.
Oh, what do you call it? The high thrust Vikings?
Yeah.
Kind
of like that.
Yep, similar.
Or the high thrust. My dad had a half-A Blazer. That wasn't high thrust, but built about the same way, parasol thing.
Yeah. It's got the pod.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've lost a bunch of those to the model.
A very long afternoon at age 13 chasing my dad's best flying ever free flight plane that I still have in that garage in Grand Junction area was a Carl Goldberg Zipper with a Forester 29 in it.
There you go.
Was that a flyer? What a plane that thing was.
I'll tell you what,
Who other than his 13-year-old was going to chase it to try to keep up with it so we didn't lose it.
Hey, Mike.
Those Goldberg kits are the best ever.
Mike, how'd your dad get interested in planes?
I honestly don't know. I think he was interested in planes before he ever came out to Colorado. And
But was he a pilot?
no, he wanted to be. He was colorblind. He was in the Civil Air Patrol for a while, but being colorblind created problems.
Just he was just born a plane lover. Some people are born plane lovers.
His airplanes. His favorite was the Corsair. In fact, one of the things my youngest brother, we finally made sure, hopefully my youngest brother hasn't lost it and not built it. Later years, before about the time they moved down here, I had found him the 40 size Royal Corsair scale kit. And he had gotten some of it built, and I'm hoping my youngest brother will finish it and fly it. I hope.
Mike's posting. He says you have to relax and watching them till you have to chase them. And then,
oh yeah, I was the one. But by the time we got that zipper back,
and he says to Frank, he says it doesn't fly good. Then I think next one he must be talking about the Viking. Didn't fly really good.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the club I was in, kid that we were such a big part of, we had some named people in that club. The Geisa Kings flew at some of our pre-flight contests, and they were well known internationally. FAI, Billy, and Bob Hunter.
I'll tell you, FAI doesn't always stand for Federación Aeronáutica Internacional. It must stand for something else. Is this a company? FAI?
Yeah, no, that's the international.
That is the Federación Aeronáutica. Okay. Minnesota Mike says the zipper is a good one.
Yeah, that's. I've still got it. It's got some damage. Still got the old Forester 29 in it.
Mike said
motor collectors like that motor.
Mike said he had his Dodge Dart out at a car show when he first started talking to us tonight. You still there, Mike? And how's your car, dude? A lot of people come oogle over it. I don't know if y'all have seen his Dodge Dart or not. It's a 60s Dart, 67, something like that. He'll tell us in a minute, I'm sure. But man, it's got a big block in it. That is a badass hot rod he's got. He was sitting in front of it talking to us one night with the hood up. Got a mini tour of his Dodge Dart.
Wow.
It's a beauty. Drag racer.
Here you go, Frank. Here's another rubber band job.
Oh, nice.
But that one there is this little ag wagon kit. This little foam job.
Oh, yeah.
And then I got this one right here is to launch off a rubber band.
Oh, yeah.
Is that an F-104?
No, I don't know what that is. I can't remember. It's not a 104 though. And here's the one. This is like the one Rusty was talking about. This is your light flyer.
That's it.
Yeah, I've got another one of them.
Yeah, that's
Then
just
I
is that
got
a little plastic snap together one.
Yep,
Yeah, it'll fly too. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, then I got a Bi-Wing here. And then I got the Lancer. This is a kit that I built when I was a kid.
Yeah.
That I'm going to build another one because it flew so good when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And now they have the Edge 540, which this is really a nice kit.
I wonder if that'll fly good, though.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure it will. I'll be building that one, too. All stick planes.
Yeah.
But, you know, like I say, you got to have more than just the same old thing to build. You know, you got to have a variety.
Yeah.
These are all ready to go. I've got most of the bulkheads, most of the ribs and stuff all already out, ready to build. I just got to get the board set up and put the plans on them and start going.
Right. Yeah, I got like 3 or 4 boards sitting around with stuff on them.
Yeah. With all the stuff I have of his that I've got to deal with, I'm going to have to, I think, turn into an eBay seller or sell in the classifieds on Stunt Hanger a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Come December, I'm doing one more semester of school to try to have an Associate of Arts. Hopefully it goes well.
Cool.
Keep me in your prayers.
Yeah.
My physical stuff is not helping at all. And of course the VA is being slower than heck and getting me in to find out what's going on.
Mike answered us back. It's a 64 Dart. Excuse me. Wrong about here.
Dodge Dart, huh?
Yeah, and he's still out there. He calls it a gasser, which that's
okay.
What's he running, a 440?
I don't know. Some kind of big block. It might be a 440, I think, because I remember almost telling him I built a 440 on my back porch for a kid down the street for his 67 Barracuda when I was I guess in my early 20s.
That had to have took a heck of a lot of sheet metal work to make that fit in a 67 Cuda. I thought they were all built around the little motor.
67 fastback Cuda was you could open the back of this thing and lay the stick and camp in it for a weekend if you wanted to. There was plenty of room under that hood.
Yeah.
If that's what you mean. Did I understand what you were saying?
I think till what, the 68, 69, wasn't it awfully narrow between the shock towers for a big engine?
I don't know, but his was a 67, baby shit brown.
Baby shit brown. I remember that. I remember that.
My aunt and uncle had some interesting cars when they were still here. And I was around. They had a 71 442 convertible with a 72 455 in it.
Yeah, I remember that. What about the
And
Wildcat?
they had a Challenger with a 383, which was a nice car.
Kowalski, yeah.
83.
Kowalski drove a 69 Challenger. My dad bought a 69 Chevelle SS with a 396.
Yeah.
It was a 325 horse version with the iron heads on it, but I inherited it from him, and it needed some work, so my mom had it fixed up for me, and got it changed over to the equipment that the 350 horse 396 had, which was basically just the cam timing, because it had iron heads too. The 375 horse had aluminum heads. But man, it with a turbo 400, that Chevelle, it would haul ass. And I was only 17 when I got it too, so I was probably too young for something like that. But I survived.
How much trouble you managed to get into with that car? I know if it had been me, I'd have been in.
I spent the night in jail at least one time over riding that car.
That's why my dad sell a 409 before I started driving.
Yeah, Mike confirms it is a 440 class. He runs in a AFX class.
Oh yeah.
You know what that is?
Yeah, I do.
Tell us about
slot cars.
Yeah, it's like modified stock something. It's
yeah. Now we used to run quarter miles back in the day. I had
now they're eighth. Yeah.
Yeah, I ran a '67 Camaro with a 4-bolt 350 in it. But yeah, eighth miles, man, that's tough. That's all in the launch and putting a lot of power to the wheels without busting them loose.
Mm-hmm.
When did they go to the 8th mile?
What's that?
I don't remember when they went to the 8th mile, but I just remember standing outside the gas station one day, listening to some guys talking about running 6s and 7s in the, in the past. And I'm like, 6s and 7s? What kind of cars are y'all running? Because these did not look like a bunch of pro stockers. And they said, we're running 8th of a mile, man. And I'm like, oh. And that must have been 20 years ago or so. And that's the first I knew about all this 8th mile crap.
Probably because so many people were getting killed in Top Fuel and money cars over a quarter.
Yeah, it was like Joe Amato's son or somebody got killed, and then they said they're going to do it to an 8th mile.
Not only do you have to be able to put power to the ground, but you got to build a frame that'll handle 140 miles an hour or more if you're going to run, a quarter mile. I mean, 140, that'd still be a 12-second car too. So, if you get really fast times, then I guess you don't have as much chance of wiping out at the high end with an 8th mile. Do y'all ever watch Street Outlaws?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I love that show. I've learned a lot about what the modern stuff's all about now. But it was nothing like that. And Minnesota Mike runs just plain engine, nothing but air and gas. He doesn't go with nitro or anything. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think his is blown. I can't remember for sure. I don't know if I saw a tunnel ram on it or what, but I'm sure we'll hear about that in a minute. He says, let's see, he says he moved his front end 12 inches forward, and he sent me another email. Let me see if I got a picture of it in here.
So you got a Bender?
Yeah, I just picked this up.
Cool.
I don't know how to use it yet, but I saw a video online. But it's supposed to bend up to 5/16 piano wire with it's in a sharp 90, which is what I'm looking for. And I'm only going to use it for 3/16.
Okay, I got a couple of pictures. I'm gonna save them.
Yeah, it's a nice looking bender.
Yeah, it looks like a good one.
It's a
I
heavy
got
duty
one of
one.
the old K&S jobs. It works okay, but that one there is a piece of work.
Yeah, who's the make of that one?
It says Infinity on it, but a whole bunch of different people make it. Like a KA is one of them.
I could sure use that since I'm having to bend landing gears and everything else for fairly 1/8 inch for landing gear.
Yeah, and all you gotta do is clamp your stuff in there and bend it around. It'll bend a perfect 90. Real sharp.
Wow, nice. Very nice.
Yeah, that looks like the ticket, man.
Yeah, I just got to figure out a way to mount it. I can't mount it to my table because it's a glass tabletop, so I got to figure out where I want to put it. It comes with a whole bunch of different, attachments.
Well, you could
So what's the
probably
price
even
point
mount
on
that
that?
vertically
$100?
on a stud. On a wall.
$69.
69. That's not bad.
You can get them as cheap as $49, but it has less stuff with it.
69 is good.
Would it
Yeah.
be practical to mount that on a stud on your wall? Vertically.
A stud?
Yeah, to where your handle's up on a wall and just.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. I rent, so I don't want to mount it like that. But I've got a workbench out in the shed I can use. So I'll probably end up doing that. But it's got a ton of different stuff that comes with it.
Huh.
That's pretty nice. Get that on the bay, or where did you get it?
Yeah, eBay.
Okay.
Okay, y'all take a look at this baby.
Ooh,
That-
yes, that's a program. I recognize that. I resemble that. It is a
That's
pretty
the-
car.
Holy mackerel.
That is a badass car, boy. Let me lock that down so the people on YouTube
Yeah,
can
look at the front
see
end
it.
on
There
that.
we go.
Yeah, that's a neck snapper for sure.
Yeah, that's a gasser.
1964 Dart with a 440 and
Wow.
holy shit.
Light chassis, too.
I had an Offenhauser dual quad tunnel.
I know.
I had a Offenhauser dual quad tunnel ram that sat on my shelf, brand new, and I never did use it. I finally sold it to some guy. Okay, he's got another picture. Let me see if
Yeah,
I
that
can
baby
switch
there.
over to that.
What's that thing next to it?
Looks
like a
like an old Plymouth.
Dodge or something.
Oh yeah, it does. That's some ugly old Chrysler.
Yeah.
Oops, wrong picture.
They got a 392 in it.
Oh, here we go. Here's the same car sitting next to it again. Let me come back and share. Okay, sharing application menu. Here's a side view of it. There we go. Y'all getting that?
Ah, there it is.
There you go.
Oh, that's not a Chrysler. That's a Plymouth.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was a
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. But it's fins on it.
Yep.
Well, did that Dodge Dart when it was stock? Yeah, there's AFX on it now. It had a push-button automatic transmission in it from the showroom floor. I'm guessing Mike does not have a push-button automatic transmission.
I wouldn't think so, yeah. Yeah, that looks good, man.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love it. Are we still? I'm getting lost in here. Okay.
Yeah, you're kind of blacked out right
I
now.
see
I
that.
could even have a blast with that Plymouth.
I don't, with the stuff that I'm waiting on from the VA, I don't think I want to try driving that right now with my neck. Be in trouble.
No, it might be the last thing you ever did. Dump the clutch on that.
Yeah.
And Mike says he runs quarter mile. Runs a 960 in the quarter mile.
Woo. Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah, it's getting down the track.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mike. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's
I'm
great.
reading this stuff
Great.
out.
Very nice.
Those guys and their toys, man.
Yeah. Well, I'll show you all my hot rod. It might take me a minute to find it, though. Let's see.
Hey, Mike, do you want a model number on this thing?
Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay.
Hold on a minute. I'm going to write it down too.
It's a universal bending machine.
Versal
Yeah.
Bending machine.
bending machine.
Yeah, universal bending machine. Ready for the model number?
Sorry,
Yep.
I didn't know I was locked in on myself there.
250
Got it.
70
70.
-2.
too.
69 bucks.
Yeah.
Good deal. Appreciate it.
Yeah, we got them on eBay. There's a whole bunch of different kinds on
I'm
eBay.
trying to modernize
I'll
with
be looking
removable
at that,
landing
too.
gear. I'm going to be bending all my own landing gear, so I'm going to
I'm
need
in
it.
my own landing gear a lot of the times. I like landing gear usually about a ½ inch longer than what you get in the kits.
Yeah, in stock, me too. Because I got
Yeah.
to fly off grass, so I
Me too.
push
Yep.
mine up and forward. And
Yeah.
Ah, here's my cards. Okay, let me show you what I used to have back in around 1980.
Back when you can get them cars a dime a dozen.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I used to race.
Nice.
Ooh, nice.
Nice.
I'm a big Camaro fan.
Yeah, let me see if I can get it to show something else. Okay. Boom, boom. Oh, here's a. This is us getting ready for a race day. Hang on, let me shrink it down. There you go. That's us getting ready for race day. Are y'all seeing that?
Yep. That's
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
That's my main pit man with the ponytail over there on the left. That's me in the middle with my cowboy boots on. And that's my dog Chevy.
That's nice.
And that's my wannabe pit man who I had to let help us because it was my sister's boyfriend pouring oil in it right now.
Hey, Charles is back.
Hi, Charles.
There he is. Hey, Charles.
I had a 69 Camaro once.
Yeah,
That's a
I had a
good year.
69, orange 69 also, and it had a 350, stock 350 in it. I put a cam in it, but that's all. That's the engine in that white car right there. Can y'all see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
My Camaro had dual quads, dual 750s on it.
There's another picture of it. Oh, look over in the corner. That's a Vega. I always dreamed of putting a 350 in that Vega.
I had a buddy that had a Vega with a 350 in it. Man, that thing would scream.
See if I can make this bigger. No, that's it. Anyway, that's y'all's tour of my racing fleet.
Sweet, sweet.
Nice.
Yeah, we had a guy in the neighborhood that had a 427 in a Vega.
Nice.
Oh,
Had it all.
Yeah, actually, I remember seeing a Vega with a 427 in it at the drag strip in the same line I was in. I didn't have to go against him, though.
He had it all hubbed and everything with them big ass tires on it, but it was so squirrely he couldn't actually go very fast in it. It's just too short of a wheel
No shit.
for all that horse stuff.
That was like trying to skate, trying to keep one of those things pointed straight.
Yeah.
Steve, you and Charles missed out on our stick plane adventure. This is the propeller from my Corsair.
Oh, wow. Very nice.
And this is as far as I've got. This is the airplane.
Oh, wow.
That's a pretty big kit.
Yes, I can't remember what it's 2 feet long.
We got a new visitor named Saint Daniel, and he likes your Megadeth shirts, right?
Yeah, who doesn't like the Megadeth shirt?
Yeah.
What kit is that?
That's the Gillos.
Yeah, it's Gillos.
I have the Gillos Dauntless kit. I want to build one of these days.
Yeah.
Now is that laser cut or is that one of the older ones?
No, this one's one of the older ones. It's stamped out. I've got.
They're still not laser cutting those big planes.
No, they're stamped.
This one here, this
I wish they would.
H540, it's laser cut, and I'll tell you what, that laser stuff's neat.
Yeah.
Just like our model control lines, it's that laser cut. Wow, what a difference!
I know that triplane that I built was all laser cut. Man, you just put that thing together dry and just add glue later.
Oh, that stuff's wonderful.
Yeah.
I love laser cutting. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
I went to see where my son worked. I think I told y'all that the other day, and he laser cut. He runs a big freaking Mitsubishi laser cutter that cuts custom sheet metal. It cuts more than just sheet too. It cuts thick stuff too. But I took a tour of his shop, and it is it's cool.
Oh, sounds like some nice checkerboard back there in that picture.
Yeah, I
that's the
saw that.
bottom.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's the bottom of my Nobler.
Oh wow!
Try and get this camera. So I can get some work done here too.
So is that checkerboard painted, Charles, or is that a covering?
This is actually Ultra Coat.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
excellent. Yeah.
Bottom of the plane, and then the top.
Oh, real nice.
Oh, I like it.
Very
Yeah, you can
nice.
see it on the video too.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, it's got a video that he flies it.
Uh,
Wasn't that when you was flying in your video?
I have a video of me flying this in a contest, actually. It was a third turn. It's the same contest I'm going back to Sunday. I'm just going to fly Sunday in advance.
Zoe is your daughter, right?
No, it's just a Zoe life. It's the more abundant life that we should have through Christ Jesus.
All right.
The Zoe life. That's the more abundant life.
Yeah, that video is where I picked up where you're running your little fanny pack. I think that's a sweet little idea right there.
Yeah. Yeah, it carries all my stuff in it. And I can't wait to fly it again there, because when I flew it last time, I mean, I had it totally set up, totally different. And I still got a score of 508. So I'm pretty happy with.
Wow.
But the plane, I mistakenly thought it was tail heavy, because I had one of those Tom Morris elevators, has a slot in it. I don't know if you know about them.
Yeah, where you can adjust it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't have it all the way down. I had it maybe like halfway up. And so it made it really twitchy, which I interpreted as being tail heavy. So I thought I had the nose weight in the plane to kind of minimize that. So as a result of that, I had the plane weighed down, you know, it was like 57 ounces. And it was still twitchy, but not still manageable. So now I got the push rod down to the bottom of the elevator. And so now the controls are nice and slow. Took out all the nose weight and some more weight. And it's flying so much better than it was then. I'm kind of can't wait to see what it does.
Yeah. Cool.
Hey guys, you want that eBay item number so you get it, know exactly the same one?
Yeah, I'll write it down.
Okay.
That's a long number.
Yeah, it is. It's 1922 464
464.
Yeah. 188 11.
Okay.
I got
Thank you.
Yeah,
You're
thanks.
welcome. Hey, and you want the seller number, or the seller's name is One Step Tools, One Step Dash Tools.
Yeah, I'll have to look into that.
They have two different ones. They got one for $60.99, which is this one with free shipping, and they got one for $49 plus $12 shipping. So it's the same price.
Yeah.
That's the better way to go because you got all the goods with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I want.
It's a universal bender for bending landing gear.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
I'll get it out.
It's a heavy duty setup.
Yeah, it's really machine good too.
I use a K&S bending tool.
This
looks way better. Yeah, this looks way better.
And then you have it's your handle. It goes up in here like this.
Oh wow!
And it's got a bunch of different accessories.
Yeah.
Really? That's it.
Yeah. See, here's the one you use for bending sharp 90s.
Yeah.
All right.
But you can scroll. You can bend scrolls and everything. It's pretty neat.
Can you do flat metals with that too, like
Yes.
flat brass and stuff?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah, so you can't with the K&S. It's just straight rods.
Did you get mixed with that?
Here's what it looks like.
Very nice.
Yeah, a little extra money's worth having the die set.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Especially with me scratch building these things from plans and trying to modernize with the removable landing gear and stuff. Like that Spitfire that I've done the wing 3 times and had to redo. It was designed around a thick plywood, 8 plywood undercarriage spar with the laced up all the way through the wing landing gear. And I said, that ain't gonna happen. I'm not gonna bend that thing.
I'd bend my
So
landing
good
gear while
landing
it's still
gear
on
blocks
the
and
airplane.
stuff like that with that. So I'm gonna be making all my own landing gear.
What was that, Daryl?
I'd bend my landing gear while they're on the airplane.
When you're landing?
Yeah.
Usually when I'm
Yeah.
saucing.
He likes his landing gear raked back.
Yeah. I've done that to where it's even busted the covering on the wings before. It's like, oh,
Oh, man.
crap.
So Frank, is it possible to bend 2 wires at the same time?
You talking about to get the exact same bend every time?
Yes, exactly.
It has a, I'll show you. Let me get it out again. I'll show you what it's got.
When I bent landing gear for the Strega, I think I must have went through, I know I bought 2 lengths of wire at the hobby store. And then I'm going back and buying like 2 more.
You see that thing?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That thing goes in here. And you can set it up and tighten this down to bring your wire in and it'll stop.
Oh,
And
right
you can
on.
bend the same exact bend every time.
Mm-hmm.
And your next bend, you do the same thing.
Cool.
Wow.
That sounds like when I have some more available money, I need one of those.
There's a YouTube video on how this thing works. It's really cool.
Yeah, I think I saw that.
Yeah,
The
all I've got is
MUB.
one of the little K&S tube benders. It's an aluminum L, and you just pull it down around a thimble in the middle, and you kind of have to work it though. You can't just crunch it and expect to get it.
Yeah, I've seen those. Those are pretty neat.
The spring
That thing is-
things don't. I've never gotten a spring bender to work.
On
Here, look.
like brass tubing.
Yeah,
They work. Look at there.
You
That's
have to,
all spring
you
bent.
have to nail your brass
That's
to
all
make it
spring
work
Damn.
soft.
Yeah, you gotta kneel it. I made these for my
Yeah,
boat.
Or get it to where it's just soft. They have soft tubing that you can buy too. I use it
Yeah,
all the
you don't
time
want
on
that.
tanks.
That's too soft. You want to kneel it. You heat it till
Yeah.
it changes color, and then let
Yeah.
it cool slow.
maybe I shouldn't have been trying to do sharp 90-degree bends.
Yeah.
Cool slow. I dip it in water.
Then you're trying to harden it up again.
Yeah, you heat it up and then quench it.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, but doesn't brass quench at room temperature?
Yeah, the problem that I get on those
Too long.
gas boats, the main drive shaft is a 1/4 inch. Here's one here. I just cut this one today. It's a 1/4 inch flexible shaft like in a weed whacker.
Yeah.
But here it's got a stainless drive shaft welded on. It runs in a brass tube, the stuffing tube, and you got to get that bend correctly to fit the boat contour. The thing is, once you anneal it and you get it soft, I've taken and hardened them back up, but then they tend to crack
Yeah.
because of the vibration. You're almost better off leaving it annealed kind of soft.
Where are you from, Terry?
Well, I'm in Florida now, but I'm from Wisconsin originally.
Okay, so you have a lot of place for boats. I don't have any place for boats here, which is probably
We
a good
got
thing.
tons of boats around here. Lots
Hey.
of people running boats.
Terry, are you familiar with the old Canby? Was it the 7.5 outboard?
Outboard?
that had-
Yeah.
Do you know they don't?
Absolutely.
You can't get parts for them anymore. Do you know? Can a person make that flex shaft for one of those?
You know, I believe if you call, the problem with the K&B flex shaft is that one end was squared off.
Yeah, that's the end that's gone. My brother's
Yeah.
got one, and it's
And that's
shot.
the hard thing to duplicate is to square that end off.
Could a person weld that and actually machine that and get that square?
you might be able to. You know, let me just write it down. I've got a friend that's been doing a lot of work with K&B outboards, rebuilding them. Let me see what he's got.
Yeah, because I need one. My brother's my brother.
Yeah.
He hasn't run that engine for a long, long time because we haven't been able to get a shaft.
Well, I've got a tunnel boat that I scratch built that runs on the K&B 90 outboard. That's the last one they made. And that motor is a monster. And I'm so sorry they went out of business. But I was telling Rusty my first time on the video that I had heard that K&B and Fox Merco were bought out by the same conglomerate, and they're going to be manufacturing again.
Oh, I wonder if they'll manufacture that engine again. I'm pretty sure it was the 40 size.
Yeah, the 40's a popular size. They have a 21, a 45, they had a 65, and then they had that 90.
Then it would have been the 45 because it was at the time they only had that one and the small one because this
the 21 and
like,
the 7.5. Yeah,
like 1981 right in there.
Yeah, I was racing a lot of boats then.
Yeah, that'd be the one. Yeah, we need a flex shaft for that.
Yeah, Dumas had some nice boats back then, the Hot Shot series, and then you had Steve Muck had the Little Streaker, was a 21 size boat.
Yeah,
and Jerry Dunlap did a bunch of those designs.
Yeah, he
got there, Daryl.
Looked like Miss Budweiser at the time. It was really a pretty boat.
Yeah, I got one of those. I got an Atlas. I got a couple of. Oh, that's nice.
It's an old K&B 40 marine engine.
Very nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
There you go, marine head on that. Yeah, it's sweet. Well, that's got the baffle exhaust too. Yeah.
Yeah, K&B. I hope they come back. I love their motors.
Yeah, my dad run K&B. He loved that. K&B and India. And I've got some Indian motors that you can't wear them out. You just
I got the impression lately from watching boat videos that a lot of these guys do all the modifications for the water jackets themselves rather than buying them like that. Is that true, or do they supply that stuff from the manufacturer?
Most of the manufacturers have that stuff. I mean, back in the day, Octura was a company out of Chicago that did a lot of RC marine stuff, and I used to have to buy their cool clamps to convert over aircraft motors to nautical use.
So what's a cool clamp? Is it?
It's like a brass flattened tube that is really nicely made that wraps around the top of the engine and has water. It's a water jacket.
Takes the heat off the head.
Yeah.
Just by contact with the head.
Yeah, but it's not near as good as having a marine engine where they have the head,
already pre-made.
Yeah, milled for water cooling. Yeah. Yeah, these gas boats that we're running now, I'm only paying $3.50 a gallon because I'm buying regular, but I buy regular with no alcohol or ethanol in it. I just want the straight regular.
Yeah.
So our Sunoco has it for I think $3.59 a gallon for that stuff. But it beats nitro.
Yeah, how are you cooling those?
Well, they're water cooled.
You got a water cooled head for them too?
Yeah, it comes. This is a stock motor here. Pretty stock. It's a stock marine motor that came from Zenoa.
Okay.
Holy shit, that's a nice engine.
That's sweet. Yeah.
It's expensive too.
No, they're not that bad. I've got a little under $300 in this one.
Oh wow, that's cheap.
And
not bad.
It's got it's stock except for it's got Boca roller bearings in it, and the crankshaft. When you get them stock, I think they're just press fit, but these guys take and gas shield weld the crankshaft on, and then they put it in the lathe and machine it down and really balance it. But you've got a whole bunch more of beef in around the crankshaft to where it attaches to the connecting rod part.
There you go.
Is it just an ordinary spark plug, like a lawnmower spark plug or something?
Yeah. There, it's a normal spark plug there. Geez, I just got a spare one. They're about $7, $7.50 on eBay.
Then
You have
run
to
it
have an
along
ignition for it. Then.
pipe.
Yeah, it runs on this.
Oh, that's pretty.
Tuned pipe.
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah, tuned pipe.
That's some nice work right there.
Yeah, that's from Zip Kits.
Huh.
And you know, people, tune pipes are the most misunderstood device on motors. People think it sucks the exhaust out, and I hear all these things. What it is, it's a governor. It's a governor. It prevents the motor from friggin' blowing up, believe me.
Revving.
Yeah, it puts
It's like
the
a
pulse in-
feedback loop.
Yeah, the length of it is very critical. They tell you 13.5 inches to start. So I've got it where I can go about 3/4 inches either way. And once I get the boat out there and run it, I just ordered a new radio for boats, and I went with the high-end Futaba, but I'm going to have cylinder head temperature and boat speed. So, you know, these boats,
How do
these
you
motors,
pick
huh?
How do you pick up boat speed on that? It's got GPS set up
Well,
on it?
it's GPS from what I understand. I haven't got it yet. I just literally ordered it today from
Must
Tower.
be set up right into the receiver or the
Yeah,
radio.
well,
huh?
when I get it, we'll dissect it,
Right
figure it out.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Yeah. But you know, these motors, they get these motors to run at like 13,000 is like stock, and they get them to go to a, you know, 14 and 16 and 18. But what people don't understand, you can't have that motor revving that for more than 1.5 seconds. Because number one, you're going to run out of lake or pond. And number two, the motor isn't going to take that revs for very long.
Huh. So what kind of pitch do you run on a prop?
Oh, here, I got those out. Rusty asked me that the other day. Hold on. Let's see. All right, here I've got three of my spare props. Let me show you what they look like. One is ready to go. This one fits my hydro.
Nice.
And it's beryllium copper, and that's been tweaked by myself and balanced. And then for the boat over here on the bench, I've got this prop, and this is stainless. And this thing, I've had this on a buddy's boat last Sunday. Awesome. So I ordered a second one of these.
Clubs into those boats.
Huh?
There's a fellow on our control line club. He's right into those hydro boats.
Oh yeah, yeah, I love them. I love them. I've got a Backlash Generation 3 hydro, and it's well, if I had the length of the lake, it's well over 100-mile-an-hour boat, but we only get it up to like 75, 78 miles an hour because of the length of the pond.
Huh.
But these things, there's videos I don't know how to post a video where you could watch one of these boats run. In fact, there's a video that I watch for motivation now and again where the guy runs his rigger, which the rigger boats, they don't look like a boat. It's a couple pontoons and a small, you know.
The catamaran sort of, right?
Yeah, a catamaran. They're only designed to run fast. They don't look like anything realistic. And he runs his outrigger, and it's late in the afternoon, and this thing's throwing like a 16-foot rooster tail on it. And you see it with the sun going down. It's just a beautiful video. I don't know if Rusty can put it up on the screen or not. I mean, if I give you the address, could you find it, or how does that work?
What's the name of the video?
Red Line, the one with the let's see, because he's running this one motor. It's a Red Line 35 or something like Red Line rigger Try that into the search box on YouTube. Redline outrigger.
I'm opening YouTube right now.
29cc Redline rigger.
Yeah.
You got it, Charles?
What? What was
Are
that?
you looking it up? I'm not.
It's called 29cc Redline rigger, but I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to screen share.
Yeah, I don't know how to. So I'm on my iPhone. I've got my son's picking me up a new computer, and then I'll have a little laptop out here, and I'll be better. I mean, I know how to do it on the computer, but not on my iPhone.
I'm not having good luck with YouTube right now because I got so much other stuff going on.
Not a problem.
I'm scared
I'll
I'm
get
going
the
to kill y'all.
address
later.
Yeah, I'll get the address written down so we can. And there's one of the backlash boat that I have running too. In fact, the guy puts the boat out on the pond, and he does a lap to warm up, and on his second lap, he's got to get out of it because he almost runs out of lake. He almost runs the boat off the end of the lake. It gets going so fast. But yeah, it's fun.
Hey, I've got the video up on YouTube, but how do I share it?
See what happens when you do screen share, and then choose the one from the application.
Okay, hold on. See, it's not showing YouTube though.
Yeah, and not where it says application window. See that tab up at the top, either your entire screen or application window.
All I'm seeing is full screen, Google Hangouts, Internet Explorer, and then it says start screen share, but it's blanked out. I can't click on nothing.
Okay, and you click the little green box with the white arrow in it to get screen share turned on.
Yeah. Well, let me see
Okay.
something.
And when I do that, I see our screen that we're looking at right now. Plus, I see a tab for application window, which when I click over to that, it goes over to any other program I've got open with a picture in it.
See, I'm sharing the screen we're on
Here's
right
the
now.
motor out of my hydro.
Wow.
This is from Bonsai Sports, and this motor, let me say, is a piece of work. That's all I can tell you.
Can you see that?
Wow.
I can see it. That's it.
Wow.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Can we run it?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
let
I
us
saw
run
it for a second,
Oh,
then it
there.
went away.
I got it up now. There you go. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, cool.
Holy shit. Yeah. It's
Wow, that
jumpy.
is sweet.
We get it. Woo. Yeah. What a rooster tail.
Okay.
Wow.
That's fast.
Man, you
Man,
catch
that
a corner with that.
Yeah, they corner like
There
crazy.
you gone, boy.
Yeah, they corner like crazy. You know, a Formula One race boat corners quicker than any Formula One race car built. They turn more G's in a corner than a Formula One race car.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah,
It is crazy fast.
yeah. Well, that's what it's about right there.
You ever hit a fish?
Gators. Gators.
You hit gators, huh?
Yeah, listen.
Boy, that'd probably race hell with your boat.
All of my boats, all of my boats and my two sons' boats, we're the Gator Bait Racing Team.
Oh.
How do you end screen share?
That I don't know.
That's cool stuff.
Yeah, it was.
Let's see that in control line.
Yeah.
Can't figure out how to stop sharing Frank.
Thank you.
I'm still seeing you guys on my little cube down there. Oh, what'd I do?
I don't know.
There
You blew up into infinity.
Looks like you're boldly going where no stunt hanger is gone.
Yeah, no stunt hanger's gone before.
I just want to stop sharing now. I can't stop.
The
about to log
multiverse
out.
theory is real.
I'm
The
about to log
multiverse.
What the heck?
Go back to.
I've seen 3 of me, and that's too many.
Yeah, no. I thought. What I did.
I don't know what to tell you.
I'm gonna log out and come back in.
Okay. I'm sure it's something simple, like a button that says stop screen sharing.
You got to get some more of them 11-year-olds around to sort this shit out for you.
Yeah.
That's it, man.
I got none here. I just got to keep screwing up till I figure it out.
Well, one thing about it, that is some neat stuff.
I seen a video on YouTube. A guy was flying a ringmaster out of a river. And
did he hit a maple tree?
He creamed the tree, man. I laughed like an idiot.
That's my buddy,
Is it?
Chris, in not Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh, the Steel City.
Actually, I think he's on our Alberta Control Line Flying Club. I think he's in there. He's one of the guys in there.
He
I posted it.
Wasn't that just a couple months ago or so?
No, it's been on YouTube for a long time.
Oh, that's not one I'm thinking.
But the guys on the Stunt Hanger, his name is Pound Sign Liner. I guess it's hashtag nowadays. Hashtag Liner is what he calls himself on Stunt Hanger. But his name's Chris. That's his dad flying that plane.
Man, I laughed when he creamed that. And I mean, there wasn't just a couple of leaves. It was just like he took out the whole friggin' bush.
Took out a whole branch, yeah. Well, I got a picture of my baby Flight Streak clipping a oak tree in the churchyard one day.
I bet you the oak tree didn't feel a thing.
No, it didn't. It just lost a few leaves. The plane kept flying too. But the next day, well, that night I went and started doing an internet search for clubs in my area. And the next day I joined Jackson Flyers. And that was when I found that there was more than half A in the world.
Yeah, I climbed a Flight Streak and I clipped a tree, a branch, right before a contest. I was practicing on Friday, tore up the outboard wingtip on Friday, and then spent all day fixing it and drive 6 hours for a contest.
Wow.
I hate having to rush to do some last minute unexpected thing that you have to do before you go to the contest. That is such a pain in the ass.
It is. It really is. It was.
But it always happens.
Thinking of trees and control lines. When we were kids, and my brother had a Sterling Beginner's Cub, and it was old and oil soaked. And he hit our cherry tree, this thing, and the wing stayed in the tree, and the fuselage and engine just kept going. Like, and we invented it. We called it the new stunt, the wing off. He's standing there at the handle and the wing in the tree. And actually, that thing went pretty far before it hit the ground, the fuselage, because the engine was still running.
Wow.
But he tried gluing the wing back on. There was so much oil in that thing.
Yeah.
I'm surprised it stayed on to begin with. Wonder if I got enough room for another model up there.
Oh yeah, man. Make room for it. I see a bare spot right over the top of your head.
That's the control line.
Is that a ring rat?
Yeah.
That's the 250, yeah. And then my smoothie. That's the one I had to build new fuselage for. That's another Brodak bashing video.
Oh, that's what my yellow Oriental used to look like too. It doesn't look like that anymore though.
Looks like I was flying, does it?
Yeah, it lives in a grocery bag now.
Yeah.
That 1819, the Horizon Hobby one.
I got a Ring Rat 100 there too. That's actually for, it's a half-A size plane. Flies good. They got a really thick wing on them.
Oh, that PT-19, that from Horizon Hobbies?
Yeah.
The PT-19?
Yeah.
is that E-Flight one they came out with. That was a convertible. You could fly it as RC, or you could fly it as control line. And
Okay.
it came with plates where you could set it up to be control line only, which is what I did. And it's a beautiful little scale flying airplane. It's kind of neat to fly because you're not doing aerobatics or anything. You just fly it and it just looks pretty in the air. And it's
Nice.
forgiving as hell. That's why it's still there. It gets the fellow kind of interested in scales. So. But I notice in control line you don't see a whole lot on YouTube about scale control line.
Yeah, some you do. Actually, I was watching a scale earlier today, and the guy wrecked it. So that was disappointing.
Yeah, I've seen some of them, like those B-17s and that, man. Those guys are hanging on for dear life.
No kidding.
And they're leaning back, too. Eh? It's like, wow.
There's a first bender I got, and I was like, "Yeah, this thing gonna do what I need it to do." So that's when I ordered that other one. That's a KNS.
Yeah, that's what mine's silver though. Same thing.
Yeah.
I was
I had the
16
big one
when I went on my first bender.
Huh? What's that, Charles?
KNS has two of them. Has the big one and the smaller one. I have both of them.
Okay, yeah, I think this is the big one.
Mm-hmm.
That's the big one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, with those KNS benders, is there like one for each size wire, like the Two Bros, or do they do several different sizes?
I think it does multiple sizes. Mine does.
The smaller one can go up to 4 inch, and then that big one Frank showed you goes above that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You put 1/8 inch.
Yeah, let me see what it says here. All right, let's see.
Radius.
Yeah, it says it does from 1/8 to 3/16 inch diameter, and that's the KNS. That's this one.
Oh, okay.
Just like that black one. Same thing.
I'd like to have one like that. Yeah.
Same thing.
Just for my little simple needs, that would do great.
Yeah, I just bent up some gear for my Oriental. I didn't want to use it's a profile. I didn't want to use the, I wanted to do wing-mounted landing gear.
Yeah.
It just works better when I fly alone with my stooge and stuff. If I'm going to fly wheels, I like them on the wings. If I have a choice.
If you care about them, you do prettier takeoffs and landings with wing gear too.
Mm-hmm.
Landings were a nemesis for me for so long. I always had a hard time bouncy. And first time I flew one with wing mounted gear, I just greased it in and like, damn, how did I do that? Now I've gotten better with the fuselage mounted gear too, but some planes I just bounce, and I hope the Cardinal's not one of them. But that's right, I'm going to put wing mounted gear on it too, and have yet to fly the P-40. It's got wing mounted gear. I don't have a lot of experience with planes with that though. The Twister's got fuselage mounted gear, and I grease it in pretty well.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, just the position of the wire, that makes a huge difference. If it's in the wrong position, it bounces, and... Yeah,
it helps. You got to do trial and error to find the right position for the surface you're flying off of.
When you're bouncing, or you're landing and your nose on the spinner hits the deck when it stops, or it even does a flip over on grass.
Yeah.
That's all. That just all means that the wire's in the wrong position.
Yeah. Well, what I found out is you got to have your speed just right to land.
Exactly. I was about to say that I was always in the habit of floating them, getting them too slow and installing them, and that's not good.
Yeah, you you got to land with a little speed behind it.
Yeah. You know, the RC guys, when they fly the pattern in competition, their landings and takeoffs don't count for points.
No, they don't. Not one bit.
Why is that not dumb?
Not one bit. Just the maneuvers when you get in the box. That's all that counts.
That's dumb to me. But I guess that's because I'm a control liner and I'm used to trying to do quality takeoffs and landings. And those are, for us, those are 3 points if you get really good at it.
Yeah, that's good.
The single wheel sky ray, it's a little tricky on the landing part.
Yeah, I put twins on my sky ray.
And be like a flight
That's in the air every time.
I keep waiting when these guys are on the hard pack to keep seeing a little screech of smoke come up from the tires when they hit.
Do you guys have any experience with a SIG Banshee? The SIG Banshee?
Never built one.
Yeah,
I've got one built, and it doesn't fly well at all. And I just rebalanced it. I had to put like 1.5 ounces in the tail. I don't know. I'm going to try it again on Sunday.
And one of the things you got to do with a Banshee, first thing, is shorten the nose.
Yeah, I shortened it some,
Yeah. I flew a Banshee for quite a while. Actually, I had good success with mine.
Is that a 35 size plane?
Yeah.
Yes.
I wonder why they didn't design it with a short nose in the first place.
I don't know.
I don't know. Even on my SIG Chipmunk, I shortened up the nose on that 1/2 inch to help me keep from having to put lead in the back end of it.
I think part of it is back in the day you didn't have to use a muffler. We didn't have that muffler.
Yeah,
I hate
mufflers. I hate them.
Neighbors like them.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Or they hate them less.
Yeah.
If you
I
don't
fly
like
some
neighbors,
of
then it
my
don't matter.
old McCoy 35 planes. I just fly them. They don't have mufflers. I just fly them. In fact, when I go to the one place up in Stewart to fly, a lot of the guys come over and, oh, is that a redhead? Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Fly it, and they don't say anything.
I've got
We're pretty fortunate where we're at. There's no houses around us. So.
I've got a Max S35 that I don't have a muffler for. I don't know if it's even got a way to put one on it without a strap.
Yeah.
Get a strap and muffler on that.
Does it hurt a motor to run without a muffler?
No.
No.
Believe me, they love it.
Really?
They love it.
I might have to give it a try.
They love it.
Yeah, the
They
old
love
boys
it.
and those-
See, and on a combat ship, like I like the combat style airplanes because they, I don't know, I've got mine so they glide so well. I mean, it's all wing and a flying stab. There's not much to it, and I've got it real aerodynamic. And I can float mine so slow into the wind that my son can catch it just about every time I fly it.
Yeah, that's cool.
And you can, and I can, when the power runs out, I can climb with it and get into the wind and use the wind to kind of.
I've heard tell of people wind flying like that.
Yeah. Listen. My buddy just got a new video camera. His birthday was on Monday, so he's gonna bring it out. I'm gonna do the videotape thing. And then the videotape streamer, I'm going to try to get 4 laps out of it before it cuts off. And then I'll do the glide to the land. But
I can't wait to see the videotape streamer.
oh, we got to do it at dusk so you can see the
glow,
the blue flame come off it.
Yeah, the halo.
Yeah, it's St. Elmo's fire or something. It's static electricity that gathers on the tape.
That's your plasma trail.
Yeah. It's crazy. It is crazy. Yeah, we put them on our glider wings. Like we were putting them on our glider wings, about 10-foot pieces, because it helps you see thermals and it helps you track the plane better.
Yeah, if you see one side wiggle, I guess you know to turn into it.
Yeah. So just by boredom, I ran out of streamers and I put one on the back of a combat plane about 10 years ago. And well, I've been playing with it ever since. And you can get out so much of it. You can get out a couple 100 feet with no
Yeah.
problem.
Well, it probably makes the plane a lot more stable too.
Oh yeah,
Combat
they
planes are so
like
twitchy.
to pull a little bit of a streamer.
Yeah,
It's more of a speed control.
right.
But
I should
yeah,
put one on my Gladiator. When I fly that, it's almost like work keeping it in the air. I just have to keep turning and turning and turning and turning, because if I try to fly it straight, it'll get ahead of me.
mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah, I
think I'm
end
gonna
up
get
doing a
off here,
bunch of
too.
lazy eights and stuff when I get tired. But I fly on 70-foot lines, man, all the time.
Oh, I was flying it on 45-foot lines.
Yeah.
I gotta try one of those little ships one of these days. A little combat wing.
They're fun.
They're fun.
They're indestructible too.
I got the little electric one from Stevens Aero, the same guy that makes the ring rats, the little half A size one.
Yeah.
I got that kit. I should put that thing together. I could probably whack it together in a day.
Yeah, that's what combat planes are all about, because those guys go out to a match with 10 planes, you know. And
Oh, it's incredible.
Come home with a box full of engines.
mhm. With the bell crank still attached to them. Because that's the rules, that right? You got to have your engine tethered to the bell crank.
Yeah.
Really?
You know, the way they fly combat today, it's just, I can't follow it. It's too quick. I mean, when there was some old guys around here that like I say, unfortunately had passed away, we were flying these, you know, the Voodoos and the Combat Cats and all the clones and,
yeah,
you know, and with McCoy 35s, nothing serious on them, but it's more slow motion. And we had rules where you had to do a lap before you could engage the guy. And it just was a lot, I don't know, to me it was a lot more fun and not as maddening as all this darting around and, oh my God.
It's incredible.
Well,
and they can fly in and out of tangles too. That's
that just kills me. I don't know how they do it.
Wasn't there a slow combat?
Yeah.
It used to be.
Yeah, but even that's gotten too fast for me.
That was like Flight Streaks and Yak 9s and stuff
yeah.
like that.
Because I got a combat streak, and actually.
Oh, that's a nice airplane. Hey,
Yeah.
do you guys remember the Midwest Combat Clipper? It had a magnesium speed pan. It was called the Clipper, Count Clipper by Midwest.
The Count Clipper? No, that was Harder's. That was a speed pan under that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, a magnesium speed pan. I had one of those planes. That was a great flying airplane.
Well, who was it that was
Who
on
would
here a
want to
while
fly
back that
combat?
was building one of them?
That would be an unfair advantage.
Didn't we have some guy on here a while back that was building one of those?
Yeah, I think I saw one.
I can't
I don't know
remember
who
his
it was.
name though, but that's been a while. And yeah,
Young
he
guy.
hasn't been on here for a while either.
He was a young kid. Oh no, he's a gray-haired old guy. Not real old, but
Raw gray-haired old guy.
yeah, I know.
He hasn't been
Yeah,
here
that's
for a
pretty
while,
general.
but he was.
Pretty
Yeah,
much.
that had a magnesium pan on it.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, one came up on eBay, oh, I don't know, back around the holidays. And I put in a bid of like 208, and I thought, oh, I'll get it. It went for over $350.
Wow.
Yeah, those
That's
kits are
A kit, yeah.
for so
Midwest Count Clipper.
people want that vintage stuff.
And I think it was about a $45 kit when it was new,
Wow.
which was pricey back then because it had the speed pan and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, gentlemen, I got to get off.
It's getting close to that time too. I think we'll wrap it up for tonight.
All right.
catch you guys Monday. See
It
you
always
later.
takes us, you know what? We always have a little slow go in the first hour, and after the first hour, we really take off and get some good stuff going. I think we covered a lot of material tonight.
Yeah.
Free flying, hot rod cars.
Yeah, that was fun. drag
I'll
race.
see you guys when I see you.
All right, man.
Okay, you guys. Pleasure.
We'll see all y'all Monday, and we appreciate it. Appreciate all y'all, and appreciate the ones of you that are clicking the super chat too. That's pretty cool. And so until Monday, fair winds, tight lines. See you later. Good night.
Good night.